Yes, people, big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the Blue Morning Show this morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you, wherever you are. I wholeheartedly wholeheartedly offer to you whatever suits your time zone. Today we'll talk about some news item, not too many of them because not so much is happening with regards to Chelsea Football Club's transfer activities in the market. But the most important item today is the match preview for the Chelsea game against Premier League home game against the Luton Town. Yep, we'll talk about that too. And but we'll start with the injuries we have going into the match preview. Then after that, then we can go back to the news because I'm not too sure we're going to be able to get everything. As you can see, we started an hour late. So we might as well start with a lineup prediction exercise. But that's by the way. I hope you're all doing well. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, good people. Thank you so much once again for finding the time to join the show. Quite a lot in the chat already. My friend, what's his name again? My friend Patrick Joyce, quite a lot from him. I'm just going to say hello to him. Patrick, if you have time, please do reach out to me via Twitter. Let me tell you how you can help out with the other channel. Big up to you too, Matthew Lee Benjamin. Always nice to see you, brother. Much love to you. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Yes, like the damn video, guys. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 21 likes already. That's quick. Let's see how soon we can get it to 300 likes. Ibrahim Ahmed says, let's chat, brother. Hi to you too. Sorry I missed today's stream because I was busy. No problem. You don't have to be sorry about it. Bills don't pay themselves. More importantly, nice to see you. Quite a lot of updates from you. I'm going to try to get them whenever time allows. But it's going to be a quick one today. We don't have too much time. But soon things will soon balance as I promised. My in-laws will be around soon, and that will make the whole thing easier on me. No matter what happens, Aberdeen will be in the group stage in the 2000. Okay. Like the video, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Hello to you, to Tavin Chamari. Always nice to see you, Matthew Lee Benjamin. Give the video a like, people. 26 likes already. We are moving at a blistering speed, and that's good to see. Give this video a like, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 7 to like. Yep. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's that time of the year, Jay-Z. I appreciate you joining. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, injury FC strikes again. I think we'll be all right. I'm not sure why that is happening to us. Maybe we need to go see a pastor or an imam to pray for us. Or maybe go to visit a deity. I'm not too sure what's happening. When is he starting live football matches? Nice to see you. My score prediction is Chelsea 2, Luton Town 1. Can you tell us why? Jurgen Klopp is your avatar. I want to know really. Coach, your shirt is quite stylish. This simple style shirt is quite stylish. Stylish. Okay, if you say so. Let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Let's see what else we have here. Big up to you too. Let's see. Big up Mitchy Boy. I appreciate you joining the show. If you're watching, if you haven't, go check out Mitchy Boy's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He's getting closer and closer, and he streams every day. It looks like he has what is called continuous stream. Once one stream ends, another one comes up immediately. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. Big up to you too, the Chelsea boy. Let's see. Hello to you too, Kim Sol. It's been a while. How's school going? Hello, fam. We thank God we meet again today. Yep, Statistical. We need a win versus Luton Town. The boys needed to get going. It might be a start of wins. Yeah, it might be. I think it could be. On paper, it should be. Yep, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with. What else do we have here? Yep, and I have the Chelsea boy, 1234. Nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Without wasting much of the time, we will get into the lineup prediction exercise, but it's important. And also, okay, the match preview, so to speak, but it's important to look at something here. We're not going to start from there. I think I want us to start with this guy here. Yep, that was why Adebayo Mark and Jimmy Bruce said, injury FC strikes again. But we have quite a lot of players returning from injury soon. Then what better Sheila, as you can see on the screen? I hope you can see that. If not, I'm going to try to zoom out even more for you to see it. Let me do this. Oh, it's actually becoming worse. So I might as well go like this. Okay, it says Benoit Badiashile at the end stages of his rehabilitation program. Marcus Bettinelli continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. What happened to him? I don't know. He hardly played. Amanda Broya at the end stages of his rehabilitation program. Trevor Chalobah continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Connie Chukwemeka recovering well post surgery and starting rehabilitation. That one broke my heart, really. Wesley Fofana continuing with the early stages of his rehabilitation program. Reece James continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Mihailo Mudryk, that one shocked me. Apparently, he got injured during the training session. Mihailo Mudryk starting rehabilitation, having undergone assessment on an injury sustained in training this week. Christopher Nkunku continuing with the early stages of his rehabilitation program. Good news for Amanda Broya. Marcus Bettinelli, not too much. He hardly plays. Broya, good news for him. Trevor Chalobah, continuing, not even early stages. Carney Chukwemeka, yeah. But good news for about 2-3 players there. But that's right where we'll move on from that. I'm going to catch up with what you have there so we go into the lineup of prediction exercise as soon as possible. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. At this point, yeah, Kim, so I agree with you. You could say that Mihailo Mudryk isn't a loss right now because he's not fully integrated into the team. And yeah, live football matches. Coach, did you see Mudryk? Yeah, I saw that. We just talked about it right now. That's concerning. During a training session, Mudryk is short to start tomorrow. Now Mudryk is injured. Yep, Raheem Sterling on the left and Mudryk on the right. I think, yeah, we'll see that. And Maxwell Clips says Badiashile is training with the squad, and Broya also is training with the squad. Hopefully, Sterling can have a good game. I think he will. 2 games in a row right now. He's done quite well. He's led by example, which is what I want to see. But Tonelli, ghost injury players are getting ghost injuries. You could argue that. I don't know what happened to him. He hardly plays, but yeah, after all, players do get injured during training sessions. Mudryk was never occupying Mudryk's place on the left hand side. That's what we say, because he's not going to play. So which means certainly for sure, what's his name? Raheem Sterling will start because now Mudryk will start because Sterling will most likely start on the left hand side for Mudryk to start on the side that he's comfortable playing. And he's better now playing a Chilwell left wing again. I think he'd probably revert to a back 4 approach. The back 3. I think he's most. I think a lesson or 2 for him to have. He must have learned from that game against West Ham United. You could say that. Let's see what else we have here. No Matson on the left and Sterling on the right. Let's see what the manager does. Tomorrow is here already. Good morning to you too, my bro, and everyone out here. Victory is on the way soon. You can argue that on paper. We should, and that's a game that we should win without question. But yeah, games are not played on paper. Over 90 minutes, we'll find out who will carry the day. But I'm hopeful that we're going to win this one. Hopefully, we don't take them for granted. If we don't do that, then yeah, chances are we'll end up winning the game. But that's, by the way, my bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I hope you're doing well. If you're watching, if you haven't, please be sure to click the three dots to Zion's name, Blue Clouds Media there on the screen. Click on go check out YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. That's my bro there. Make sure if you're subscribed to my channel, you should be subscribed to my bro's YouTube channel. Let's help him grow and get to at least 10,000 as soon as possible. He can, but for issues beyond his control, there's been a bit of drawback here, but I know he will catch up. Let's move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Do you think Romelu Lukaku will play or not, Coach? I think he will play, even if the manager gave Moises Caicedo some minutes, even though he had issues. He was involved in a prolonged transfer saga that certainly must have been, like I say, psychologically draining, energy draining, and everything. He shouldn't have played. So if he got a chance to play, Romelu Lukaku, who didn't have such a prolonged transfer saga, should be fit enough and ready to go. So I think he gets a chance. Whether he starts from whether he gets to start, I don't know, or maybe he gets just about 20-30 minutes as the game approaches its end. I don't know really, but I think he would see him on the day. Gang Felix says this is a reason why I am begging Chelsea to stop selling. They are good players because there's injury. They should be aware of that, please. I think they are very much aware of that, your concern. But the problem is that most of those players we've sold, majority of them wanted to leave. And you don't want to risk losing them as free agents, and then it becomes a huge L for you. So if you get that, and the beautiful game, big up to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Big up yourself, Coach. Why is it that the players with dislike never get injured? Yeah, you could say that. That's a good one right there. You could say that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 29 likes. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes. You can help us get there. The likes do go a long way. And also, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'd really appreciate that. And if you can, do share the link to the stream on whatever social media platform where you have presence so that people can come join us. The more people we'll have here, the more fun the show will be. In my opinion, Gallagher will be in the number 10 role tomorrow with Enzo and Caicedo forming a pivot in a 4-2-3-1. We'll see. Right now, even when I do lineups, I use the term preferred lineup. I don't do predicted lineup, and that's because right now I'm not too. I don't have so much to work with in terms of trying to predict what Mauricio Pochettino will do, if that makes sense. And this is Kimso saying, Coach, why do we always lose against the crappy teams? Why do we trash our players always score against us? I don't know why. Maybe you can say what we call charity FC is well and truly in existence. Maybe we get to deal with that under Mauricio Pochettino. I don't know yet. But the loss against West Ham, there are so many factors when you look at them. When you take your time to look at them, you say, you know what, it's not the end of the world. With the hopes of us becoming even better, and I think that would be the case. But let's move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. There's no such thing as trash players. Respect, my friend. Let's see what else we have here. Let's say that the Pochettino press conference will commence shortly. Yeah, we do get updates when that happens, and I hope to see updates on what I will be seeing it on my screen. And if anybody puts anything in the chat, yeah, we'll address it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with. And the beautiful game says 57 different injuries to players since the start of that last season. There's something wrong, Coach. We've got Dr. Death as our physio. That may well be the case, but I'd say maybe we need to go get a pastor or an imam to come pray for us, or maybe go visit a shrine in Africa somewhere and ask questions. Maybe only then will we, you can say, overcome the injury plaguing us. I like you, Coach. Please stop. Much love to you, Raphael. I hope you're doing well. Beautiful. Let's see what else we have here. Constantine Oladipo Mesole, appreciate you joining, brother. Good morning, Coach. and everyone. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining, brother. Thank you so much. And let's see what else we have here. Big up to you to chat. Who's injured today? Mihailo Mudryk. He's joined the rank of players who are injured. Hello to you to Konstantin Dante. Much love to you. Yep, I appreciate you saying that. Let's see anything else we have here, Coach. It is it realistic for me to believe that we will secure a 6-0 victory tomorrow? You have every right to believe whatever you want to believe. As for me, I'm not too sure of this team. That's not saying we're bad. I still believe we'll get better and better, and we'll do better than a lot of people think we do. But I'm not too sure of the team, too certain about what sort of performance to expect from them to the extent of me saying, yeah, I think we can win a game by a certain margin also. But that's just me. Glenn, big up to you too. Glenn. Did I miss his comment anywhere? Did I miss Glenn's comment anywhere? Wow. Glenn, big up. Coach and Chad, who is injured today. Okay, I read it. I told you who got injured, but I never said hello to you like I usually like to. But more importantly, bro, I do hope you're getting better. Always nice to see you. That's a good sign to all of us here. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else? We have Rafael says, Coach, will Chelsea pull off the offset tomorrow? Yeah, offset indeed. Let's see. Big up. Wow. Did you spell it like that intentionally? Jazzy, yes. There are. I am sorry. Yeah, you could argue, yeah, there are bad players, and you refer to them with that particular language, crappy players. There's not an insult in there. A player can be crappy as a player, and that's not name calling, in my opinion. Facts, Coach. We need prayer. Yeah, honestly, we do need prayers. Sometimes you do that, maybe to change the mindset of the player, a state of mind of the players, maybe, for lack of a better term for that. Taking on Luton Town should be a walk in the park. There's no such thing, especially when you talk about Chelsea. And if you're well acquainted with what we call Charity FC, you'd know that, you shouldn't take them for granted. I just feel like I hope we'd approach the game as if it's a final. That will mean a lot to me. But unfortunately, I don't know yet. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, but the likes do go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Let's see what we have lined up here. I'm not too sure whether we should try and get the news and then as soon as possible and then start the lineup prediction exercise. Maybe we should. Let's shoot for it. The first item here says breaking news: Mauricio Pochettino would like to speak to Romelu Lukaku to see the feasibility of integrating him into the into this season's squad. To me, this is absolute nonsense. I don't believe it one bit, and there are also conflicting reports out there saying that's not the case. That he hasn't actually spoken to Mauricio Pochettino since his return from the loan spell, if you prefer, since he took over Chelsea, the Chelsea job. And the last thing I heard that's believable is that he's training with the academy now, which is normal, just to help him stay fit and all that. And for me, I don't believe this one bit, and I'm not going to dwell too much on it. I was excited for Poch at first, but now I am pissed off with the reckless spending. Okay, Rafael, let's see what else we have here. Good afternoon, Coach. Good afternoon to you too. I've watched Sky Sports, and they said it's been a year since a Chelsea striker has scored 20 goals. If it was just a year, then it's not long ago. Chelsea need Kudus. I don't know why we are delaying on that. Inex Gianfi. Chances are we're looking at other players. The manager's preference, maybe. Poch wants to do what? To me, I don't believe that. Look, who's Damasio and Forza Juve. I don't trust those, honestly. I don't even know the name of a single player from the Luton Town team. Neither do I. Fabrizio already said this isn't true. Exactly. For me, I didn't believe it when I saw it, and I say it's absolute horse doo-doo. A lot of people, Mr. Nigerian prophets, said it last season that Chelsea needs spiritual cleansing. It did not make sense initially. He was saying the manner in which the club was hijacked from Roman was not fair, but Roman himself, you can say, doesn't hold grudges. He loves the club, did so much to show he's leaving the club, but he still wants the club to do well, in my opinion. But I understand where you're coming from. Who's Lukaku? I don't know. I still in the chat. Coach, Juventus are still in for Lukaku. Apparently, we better get Vlahovic. I'm not sure what the club wants to do. There's two things you can guarantee in life. Taxis and Gallagher and Lukaku never seen the inside of a physio room. Yeah, exactly. Big up to you too, TMJ, Chelsea Light, Marcio. Appreciate you joining in. Thank you for liking. Why are people underestimating Luton when we are gonna lose? I am gonna be here hearing all sorts of excuses. And no, if we lose against them, there's no sort of excuse that will work. We have a full squad, a better team, and everything. Coach, all pundits are full of crap. Very biased towards a match, Man City, and against Italian teams, against us too. 1 billion spending cannot beat West Ham. I wouldn't say 1 billion spending. If you're going to say that, then you might as well take your time to deduct how much we made from player sales. If that makes sense. Is it true our players cannot wear their shoes when entering Luton's stadium? They have to pass through someone's kitchen. Don't want to make things dirty. I don't believe that. As funny as that one is, I really do not believe that. Sell Lukaku for 20 million. I believe Rayan Cherki will be a good player for Chelsea. Good feat maybe. West Ham offers for Kudus has been accepted, but not done deal. Coach, the only Luton player I know is Ross Barkley. Yes. Ross Barkley. Wait. Am I missing something? Eddie Love for Blue. What club does his son play for? I'm not too sure. I have to remember. Terrible statement. 1 billion spent and only 2 days into the season. Despite the UK government for what they did. Let's see what else we have here. Good afternoon to you too, Desmond and Murithi. Thanks for the news. Any updates apart from goalkeeper? Nothing that much. Not so much is going on in the market with regards to Chelsea's transfer activities. And coach, it makes no sense. We can literally get Vlahovic instead of wasting time on other strikers who aren't as good as Chelsea. Yes, then there are other factors that the club are considering, most of which I don't know, but one of them must be Vlahovic salaries and all that, and his injury record. Of late, there are concerns that he may well be injury prone, and we have enough on our hands already. Yep. Let's see if Chelsea don't sign Cherki or Bakola, we won't do well this season. Wow, some argument right there. Cherki is really young and very inconsistent. I don't think he would do us any favor, but let's see what players to sign. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 38 likes. We should be doing better than that. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. Is West Ham close to agreeing a £38 million deal with Ajax for Mohammed Kudus? So for us not to be pushing to sign Kudus, to me simply means that we have all the options that we're looking at. The options in question, I don't know. But we'll find out sooner or later. We're moving on to the next item as soon as possible because we have to get to the lineup and prediction exercise. We don't have too much time today. Among the teams to have inquired for Folarin Balogun, it is understood Arsenal would inflate Balogun's asking price to sell it to a direct Premier League rival. Here's the thing. This is one of those reports also that I've said is absolute horse doo-doo. One of them being that Chelsea is looking at Brennan. Is it Brennan Johnson? It turns out we appreciate him, but we're not pushing to sign him. I don't see us paying 15 million for Lauren Balogun. I think he's a good player, but I don't think it's good enough for us. If he isn't good enough for Arsenal, he's definitely isn't good enough for us. I don't care what the scouts are seeing that I haven't seen. But the fact is, this news is just the sources that it's coming from. It's just absolute nonsense. The only legit source that I paid attention to that said something believable said, yeah, we appreciate him. We inquired, but we're not pushing to sign him. If that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Markham New Enzo is not progressive enough for us. He left Casado all by himself, to be honest. Enzo's position should at least be challenged. We have many talented players. Be rest assured that would be the case. Vlahovic earns 200k a week and Sterling 350. And do you think we're happy keeping Sterling? I don't think we are. It's just that it'd be difficult to sell him. It seems our wingers don't have an end product. It's worrying. Andrew Phillips. I think that will improve with time. It's not like we didn't know. We need a creative player, a proper 10. All we have is a speed otherwise. Before we got to the transfer market, when people were saying we just need a defender, a DM, and a number 9, I've always said we need a proper 10. We need a traditional 10 that will go a long way for us. Some are arguing we have Enzo. I said Enzo isn't a 10. That's what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. Coach, if we do go into liquidation, we can always become a hospital. Given our experience with dealing with injuries, right? Yeah. In your opinion, I would support CFC, coach. Okay, you support CFC to give Lukaku a chance again in case he can get support for Jackson. I look. I'm not gonna you can make too much fuss about that if it ends up happening, but I don't see it happening. It's absolute nonsense. I told you, Raphael, to get that pro scout license. Here's the thing, and something else Fabrizio Romano did say is that the stance, Mauricio Pochettino's stance hasn't changed. And I'm quite sure they will ask him that question today during the press conference, in my opinion. So I'm not going to be worried about that. Coach, Arsenal just want their Havertz money back. They can keep Balogun. We don't want him. I'm quite sure we don't want him either. We should have signed Dybala when we had the chance. Chances are we never had the opportunity to sign him. Chances are all the stuff we saw then were all rumors, no truth to it. I'm standing by my top 3 prediction for the season. I am confident in its accuracy and anticipate receiving the reward from you in the time. Yeah, you get a high five. A high five is a good reward. Weimar is good, very technical. Here's the thing. I'm not too sure the players we're looking at, but we're quite sure the manager said it. We're looking in the market to find solutions, and hopefully we'll sign him a good player. I'm trying to breeze through the news items we have lined up here so that we can get into the lineup prediction exercise as soon as possible. 40 likes, 16 more to get it to 100. Let's make it what happen, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. I appreciate you all. Yep, that's a good coffee right there. Let's see anything else I have to talk about here. And Market Neum says if we have to spend the 275 million to facilitate a player who costs 105 million and he still isn't delivering, when are we going to address the elephant in the room? I'm not sure who you're mentioning that isn't delivering. Maybe you need to be specific. We should train in VAR. Maybe that way there won't be injuries. Maybe we should do that. So let's go to the next item we have lined up here, people. Bradley Bacola wants to go to PSG, but there's no agreement between the clubs. Chelsea have only asked for information at this stage. Here's where it gets complicated a bit. Lyon wants a player to be included in the deal. Okay, I see some people online suggesting that we include Callum Hudson-Odoi in the deal. Question is, would Lyon, would they want to sign? Would they like to? You can say, what's his name? Callum Hudson-Odoi to be the player included in the deal. I don't think so. And would Callum Hudson-Odoi himself want to go to Lyon? We don't know. So that makes it a more complicated situation than it's not as easy as it sounds. Once you involve a player in a deal, in a transfer deal, it gets the whole thing gets complicated. Lionel, it's kind of nice to see you. Lionel says muchas gracias to you too. I think that's all I can comprehend from that comment there. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Poch wants experience. We don't need more kids, and be rest assured they sign experienced players for him, so to speak. Wants to go to PSG. Who wants to go to PSG? See, yeah, exactly. If he wants to do that, then we should look elsewhere. Honestly, that's just my opinion. Let's see anything else we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 42 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible and shoot for 200. Right now, let's look at this. Luton Town. It doesn't look like. Let's see. Did we see Are we seeing anybody like Russ Barkley, Russ the Boss Barkley there? It doesn't look like he's ready to start for them yet. Let's see anything else. Hey, my bro, Couch Critic is in the house. I appreciate you joining, brother. I hope you're doing well. And bro, when you get a chance, please do share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. You should have at least 3,000 subscribers by now, given yeah, your in-depth analysis of games, pre-game match reviews and all that is something that a lot of people need to go check out. If you're watching, if you haven't, click the three dots to Couch Critics name. Click on go to channel. You have to subscribe. Honestly, believe me, you will thank me later. Yep, he takes his time, does in-depth analysis of games and all that. Believe me, you're not gonna go back if you try Couch Critics YouTube channel. Big up to you, much love to you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And a lot of people Mesola said, I desperately want to see a breaking news that says that Chelsea has hijacked a Kudus deal. I would like that, and it's still very much possible. We know that. Respect to you too, my brother. Much love. It's all love. I wonder when will a third upgrade our stadium as soon. I think they're working on that, and that's the least of my concern now. I need the team to be stabilized and start winning games. Let's see. A lot of people want much love to you once more. And Prane, nice to see you, Prane. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Bigger coach, do you know the story about Luton player Mpanzu? No, I don't. You can educate us. I'm listening. Honestly, let's hear what you have to say about that. I wouldn't mind. Let's see if people the bits and pieces of the managers press comments from the managers press. Let's see if I can find any. If they're there, then we can start addressing them. Nothing new there. Yep, nothing new there, really. Maybe it hasn't started yet. Probably still waiting for him. I don't know. You can educate us, Prenay. Coach, can say hi to Couch Critic right there. Let's see. Raphael, when he missed the penalty, I was like, oh, MG. Let's see. As CFC fan, we will accept whichever comes. Okay. Well, whenever, whether win or not. Okay. But hopes are there. I think we're gonna win that one. Exchanging pleasantries there. So let's look at it. Luton Town. So let's look at head to head. We played them twice and we've won twice, and that's when I get concerned. Charity FC, we played them on 2 occasions and we've beaten them on 2 occasions. And yeah, let's look at team form. Pretty much balanced. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, we've drawn 3, won 1, lost 1. And for them, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. They've lost 2. They've lost 2. One of them, the last Premier League game, they lost against Brighton by 4 goals to 1. They did shipping quite a lot. They're just nearly the same thing as us. So you can say it's pretty much balanced. Okay. Something else I'd like to look at here. Okay. Disasi is our top scorer this season with a goal. And yeah. Who's that? I think Disasi, who scored the other day, and Chukwuemeka too. We have because they their level. So their top scorer there is with 1 goal too, and who's in Morris? I don't know him. So we'll look at the insights to see. I usually do this at every time we preview a game. So let's see how people think, what people think will happen. 64% thinks Chelsea will win this game. 10% thinks it will end in a draw, and 24% thinks Luton Town will win. Okay, let's see. Insights is what the next items we'll look at to have an idea what statistics tell us will happen. Let's see. And this is Royd Mutuma. Royd, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Hi, Chelsea. Funny, this is Lloyd watching from Zambia. Let's encourage together about the game tomorrow. Yeah, much love to you, brother. Thank you for joining our Zambian brother there. Feel at home. Express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with Coach. I'm so happy to see that you have Gallagher as a 10. That's not me. No, I wouldn't play Gallagher as a 10 in my opinion. Do I think he has again he has something to offer to this team? I think yes, but I would not play him as a 10. And I don't think that happens tomorrow. But we'll find out. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I think we'll see a makeshift 10 in Enzo playing a 10 or a different structure to accommodate 2-8 where Enzo gets to play as an 8 or maybe 4-3-3 where Enzo gets to play again on the right hand side of the midfield 3 where he played predominantly or when he was still in Argentina. Yeah, that's just my opinion. And Santiago Muno, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Let's see what else here. He says the Luton midfielder Peli Ruda Companzo becomes the first player to go from a non-league to the Premier League with the same club. Wow. So they changed a lot of they made quite a lot of changes there. Wow, that's interesting and interesting. But thank you for that, educating us on that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Gabriel Vega to Saudi Arabia. Kudus to West Ham. Who will we sign soon? I'm not too sure, but we're watching. I think we'll sign somebody. Probably someone we didn't expect us to sign. Hello to you, to Sofiane. I appreciate you joining. Let's see. And Makin Neum says, okay, talking to Raphael. Okay, so right now let's look at the insights, people. The insights, that's very important. It gives you an idea, but that's not certain. Don't be too certain that you can say whatever conclusion you draw from looking at the insights well, you can say we'll be able to it won't be for certain happen. So let's see, we're ranked 11 in goals scored per match, 1 goal per match, and they're ranked 13th in goals scored per match. I think we're better off in that aspect. You can say pretty much match. You can say pretty much you can say a match. Pretty much level maybe. Have considered the most penalties this season. Wow. Have we really? When? Okay, one. Okay, this one. No other team. And this one says ranked 20th in goals conceded per match. Okay. So they concede quite a lot. Thomas is it Kaminski is ranked in saves per match. That's concerning to me in the sense that we don't put our chances away, and it looks like it gets worse whenever we see a good goalkeeper. So I hope let's see what happens tomorrow. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Vega to Saudi Arabia. Yep, done deal. You can say bid accepted. I think it's really close, actually. I think I did see that from Fabrizio Romano. He was close to joining Napoli, really. He was very close, this close to joining Napoli. And I thought that was it. He's gone. He's going to be joining Napoli and all that. He ends up going to Saudi Arabia. Can Lukaku feature in the Carabao Cup game next? I don't know. And I don't care about Lukaku right now. Honestly, Mudryk is only out for a few days. I think he's out for a few days. So probably looks like we're getting information from the presser right now. Let's see if I have any update. We'll be talking about that as we continue the lineup prediction exercise. Give me 1 second. 1 second there. Let me use this guy here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. So the first question. Okay, I'm going to bring it to this window. Maybe after the presser, we will try to complete the lineup building exercise. So let's do this. I'm going to do this. We'll follow him here. If they be okay, the first one here says Mauricio Pochettino on Carney Chukwuemeka, and Pochettino says I think he will be back strong because he's young and wants to compete. He will be much better when he starts again. I think he likes that kid. He likes Carney Chukwuemeka. And let's see what else we have here. Mauricio Pochettino on Mihailo Mudryk. It's a minor injury, a few days. He won't be available tomorrow. I am very disappointed because he's a player who we have hope for. I think, let's see, nothing new there. So, Mauricio Pochettino on Romelu Lukaku. Here's the news you're waiting for. Here's what the news you're waiting for. So, at the moment, we are very relaxed. Nothing happened. Nothing has changed. And if you've heard that before, I think he said something. He's responded to such similar question with regards to the future of Romelu Lukaku, stating clearly that the plan is to sell the player. So if he says nothing has changed, so it means everything that's saying that he's planning a meeting with him to find out whether it'd be feasible to integrate him in Chelsea's into Chelsea's 23-24 season. Like we said, we knew that was absolute horse doo doo, and now the manager confirms that. So Lukaku is not going to be part of the first team. So do not bother yourself. And Tengu Rido says it doesn't matter Mudrik injury or not. Poch was still used too well on that left wing position. No, I think that left wing is Mudrik's place. With time, he starts and he takes it. Believe me. The Poch press is live. Yeah, we're following it here. We're more like doing. I think we're going to be start doing a watch along, a press conference watch along, have conversations to whatever the manager is saying there. I assume a lot of money. I assume a lot of money. Okay, couple of seasons will look like a superstar there. Then can move anywhere, maybe. Yeah, I think so. I think he can earn the money and then come back to Europe. And I'm seeing some stuff. If you're on TikTok, I'm seeing some stuff that is looking like there will be serious backlash with regards how much the Saudi government are spending on players. But I'm not going to get into that right now. So Mauricio Pochettino, yeah, Jesus Perez, maybe, okay, maybe no, but I don't know that Petrovic is having his medical. Okay, I was talking about Petrovic. Adding about David Washington, it's possible it's done, but I cannot confirm. But we've been told that David Washington to Chelsea is done, but the manager probably busy and not well aware with what's going on. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and this also Chelsea are prioritizing an out and out center forward, but there are what uh, but there are not too many obvious choices available, and there's a belief in the market they will move for Brendan Johnson let in the transfer window if his future is not sorted out. Okay, so that started 3 minutes ago. Nothing fresh again from the presser. Let's see anything fresh from the presser. Nothing fresh again. Okay, let's see. We've talked about this one. Okay, this is new. It says Mauricio Pochettino says Chelsea are analyzing the right profile of the attacker they want to sign. I've always said that. I get it. We've been hearing rumors that we want to sign player A, B, C, D, but everything comes down to who fits who will work in the manager's preferred approach to football. They haven't forgotten about the injured players and want someone who is compatible. So that's important too. This says Mauricio Pochettino or Romelu Lukaku. If he wishes and the club wishes to find a solution, then the club would tell me that something has changed. I am here and accepted the situation. That was already done. I was able. I wasn't able to change anything. So he's saying the fact remains that Romelu Lukaku is leaving. That hasn't changed. So if you're worried about that, do not be too worried, honestly. This says Mauricio Pochettino also saying, I think we're being unlucky with some injuries, but yes, that's football. It is better if it happens in the beginning. Then we will get our players back fitter. It is true the injuries have been unlucky, but I am a positive, and for sure we are. Yep, going to whatever he wants to say there. Let me see. Let's read it. We are going to compete well tomorrow. I like to hear that. So anything else here? Anything new? I think he will be back stronger for Connie Chukwemeka. Nothing new. So we'll be following it if anything new comes up. Yep, we've read this one. I don't think there's anything new more there. Let's see what else we have there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 46 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. I think we can. Let's see. Only a win will do tomorrow. Yeah, if we don't win tomorrow, then there's an issue. Big up to you too. I can't complain. Another game coming today. It is a League Cup or fixture. What we have, I think it's tomorrow. A Premier League game, except if it is the next day already where you are. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Okay, Dante, take your time. Go get your coffee. Let's see anything new here. Nothing new in terms of the presser. I'm going to leave it here. If we see anything new, I'll bring it up so we can talk about it. Yeah, just seems saying they haven't forgotten. So let's get back to the lineup building exercise. We've gone through this. So if you're in the chat, let me ask you this. The question I usually ask during match reviews, match previews, so to speak. Do you think, what do you think will be the outcome of this game? Do you think would win? Do you think it ends in a draw? Do you think Chelsea will lose this one? Okay, I'm saying something new, saying Mauricio Pochettino completely rule out using Romelu Lukaku. Uh, that's not surprising there. He's never going to come out and say, yeah, if the club says that we have to keep him, that he's going to say no to that. So yeah, I'm not concerned. He was never going to say, yeah, we hate him that much. We don't ever want him to play for this club. So you see, he's also already said that nothing has changed, and yet they pushed him enough for him to say, yeah, if the club wants him, I'm not going to rule out that possibility. Or maybe just people you could say are running with whatever he said and twisting it a bit to get clicks and all that nonsense. Let's see, South African bro Chelsea should get money from Lukaku. I think that's what we're gonna do. Something has changed. To be intelligent, but he has stopped greeting me. Yeah, because you've been fighting him. Coach, I will settle for an attacker that can play 3 games in a row without having to leave the field or on a stretcher. That reminds me, do you think we have our own suit at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. You never know because it's become too much of probably a regular there, maybe. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. We appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. And if you're following us on Twitter and you haven't subscribed to, you haven't followed us, if you're watching this show on Twitter and you haven't followed Chelsea's Perspective on Twitter, please do kindly do so. We'd really appreciate that. And if you're also watching this show and you haven't followed us on Twitter, please do so. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That does go a long way for us. I appreciate you all. How many likes already? Just give me 1 second here. Let me look at it in the beat. I'll do that right now. How many likes already? Let's see. Yeah, 48 likes, but we can do better than that. And for those of you that are watching, but for one reason or the other, and you're not able to participate in the chat, we appreciate you. But if you can do us one tiny bitty favor, just take a second and drop a like on the stream for us. We'd really appreciate that. And Prenay says, man, if another forward gets injured, then just turn Stamford Bridge into a hospital and build a stadium elsewhere. Maybe that will be the solution to that. So, Ty, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this morning. I'm going to ask you the question straight away, Ty. Your thoughts this game? What do you think? Again, what sort of game do you expect to see? All right, it doesn't look like Ty is there. We have to look injuries. Let's look at injuries. So for our end, Wesley Fofana, he will be out until late March 2024. Wow. Trevor Chalobah, unknown date. When it's unknown, to me, usually, yeah, it's a good sign. Which means he could be back anytime, any day. Hamstring unknown in this case because we're well acquainted with the story. He'll be out for a while. Marcus Bettinelli, mid-September 2023. I don't think we'd miss him one bit. Christopher Nkunku, early November 2023. Connie Chukwuemeka.
That's not nice, coach.
Sorry?
That's not nice to say about Bettinelli.
But I don't think we're going to miss him.
That's not nice. I know, but okay, the way you said it was
maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, Christopher Nkunku. Yeah, true. Early November, Connie Chukwuemeka, mid-October, Benoit Badiashile, mid-September. He's back in training, so which means he's not going to start playing soon. Amanda Breuer, mid-September. So the managers are waiting for them to be fully ready. Reece Buck, I don't know him. I don't know any of the players here. But even, why is Ross Barkley not even in their predicted lineup? Or am I seeing double here? They have Chung and Nakamba, Mpanzu, Gilles, Bell, Lockyer, and Anderson. So maybe he isn't ready yet. Maybe. I'm not sure when he joined them. I can't quite recall. But let's see what else we have here. Okay. Hi to you too. Let's see what else we have here. To be careful, keep it on the carpet. Yeah, keep it on the carpet. Yep, I agree with you. Just recovering a busy run of days. Yeah, running Roger down into the gutter. Coach Ty is warming up. That is a correct strategy to avoid injuries. Yeah, he has to. What's your dream striker for Chelsea right now? Honestly, I wouldn't mind Vlahovic. I think if we get him, he would be a good mix. But I think the club probably concerned about his injury record, his salary. But there's no way to tell whether those are things I mentioned are the reasons why the club have refused a swap deal, which will involve Lukaku going to Juventus and Vlahovic coming to us. Wasn't Badiashile back to full training? He is, but that doesn't mean he's ready. Yeah, in my opinion, says in the entirety of the 22-23 season, there were only 4 ACL injuries reported in the Premier League. There have already been 4 reported by Premier League sides this season since preseason began. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the root of all the problems. Yeah, coach, we are not gonna make it. I think we will. Maybe we need numbers. And I'm not buying the idea of just a 25-man squad. The signs aren't good, so we need numbers. Yeah, I see that you stream a lot, Mitchell, but quite a lot. I hope Roger survives that. A club could also use a Taremi. Yeah, maybe. Roger, I rest everyone. Let's see if CFC strikers don't at least score 20 or 25 goals, our season will be bad. Here's the thing, as long as you can say, let's spread it out. It doesn't matter who scores the goals. It doesn't matter if it comes from a single individual. We're actually better off if the goals if the goals we score are spread out between again multiple players, not a single individual. We're better off that way, in my opinion. So let's get into the lineup building exercise. Not to waste your time because we don't have too much time today. We started 1 hour late. I didn't even stream yesterday for some reason. I do not want to talk about here. It must be the El Nino and the extreme heat wave, which is causing stress related injuries. Our fan base is also losing the plot and seem to be stressed up too. Yeah. If you love the club that much, everything that happens will affect you one way or the other. Ty, you go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying that there's good and bad to the goals being spread across the team, though. Because obviously the good is that if the clinical player who is scoring the goals for you is injured, that means you have other players who can chip in. But at the same time, it's also negative because the output that you should be getting from another player, it won't be high because they're not going to feel any sort of pressure. I don't want to use pressure, but they're not going to feel like they need to score a certain amount of goals or try to achieve that because it's not on their shoulders only. It's a team effort, which is true. But players like Jackson, you shouldn't really expect that from him because if you look at what he did at Villarreal and what he made a name of himself doing, he's more of that player that will score goals, but he also tries to assist. So rather than selfishly trying to score a lot of goals, he's more of a player that tries to help to distribute the goals across the team. So when people want 20 goals from him, he might hit it. That's why he's compared to Harry Kane, but I'm not sure. Not when he's not getting the output or the creative output that he needs to be getting.
Yep, let's see what happens here.
No.
Yeah, go ahead,
Leave
Ty.
me alone, beautiful game. Leave me alone, the beautiful game.
Oh, he's coming at you again today. Yeah. Let's see. Sanchez, easy start. Oh, yeah. You know that already. Coach, will Ty be reporting from his bathroom today? It sounded like it, but you'll be rest. I'm quite sure you know. It's not his bathroom. But Ty, quick question while I share this on social media. Just quickly, I'm going to ask you, how do you know Luton Town very well? Do you know them at all?
I don't know them well. I know something about them, which I try to look up these teams and try to get as much stats as I can. But the only thing I know is that they were a team that have struggled to return to the top flight for some time. That's One of the few things that I know about them. Can't really. I'm not gonna lie and say that I know a lot about them because I really don't. But what I do know is that they're a team that tried for many years to return to the top flight, and unfortunately it didn't really work for them. But luckily they've eventually hit that height, so that is positive for them. But and well I can say another thing based on the one game that I did watch them play recently in the Premier League. They do have players who are really sound. They have tall players and they have muscular players. So that is something that we have to watch as well. Those are the insights that I can perhaps give.
What sort of football do they play? High octane or possession based? I haven't watched them.
Well, judging based on that game, it was a mixture of both. They play a mixture of deep. They try to be defensive, but at a certain point in the game, they seem to try to be more offensive. They try to be pressuring, and that's something that is very common with these teams that get promoted. They like to sit deep, but they like to pressure as well. And based on the fact that they do have players who are physical and are tall, that is an advantage of theirs because that means that they're going to be trying to pressure players off the ball, adding pressure to them, trying to win back the ball, dispossessing them. So based on that one game or the aspect of the game that I did see, there was a mixture of both them playing deep, playing defensive. But I would like to think that they're more of a team that try to be physical a lot of the time, trying to obviously not try to give too much away, try to leave much space, but obviously they will try to be more offensive, and they have a point to prove against Chelsea as well because they're gonna obviously want to make up for losing to Brighton in a very poor way.
Yeah, one thing is certain. After that West Ham game, lots of Premier League games I have. You can say the players that will help him do that will be very physical whenever we play against him. Because he worked on the day for West Ham, and yeah, I see other clubs doing that. Let's see. You need to practice shots. The beautiful game. Ty is at the gym. Yeah, exactly. Otis Maxwell says the player Chelsea need is the Asian player from Brighton. He's a match winner, and the team lacks match winners. All I'm gonna say is good luck, especially at this time of the window. You're in trouble. You can't get me, Toma. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with Korea, not liked enough. Lewis Hall gone. Ian Matson still hasn't played in his normal position. Why is Chilwell being babied? He's killing the left side of for our team. I have lots of questions on with regards to again Chilwell, honestly, but his experience, you can say, is his biggest asset right now. And that's probably the reason why the manager is starting him because yeah, I've come. He's not again, not he's not effective against oppositions that defend deep. I've I'm moving on from that one. Love the stream. Watching from India, my friend. And that's a rating 55. I appreciate you rating joining us. Welcome to the Chelsea Perspective family. We welcome you here. Feel at home. Express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Judging by the amount of chats on the topic of Chilwell, some brothers seem to be having Chilwell in their thoughts. 247. I am curious. Are you guys married? Coach, how are you doing today? I cannot complain. Any day above ground is a good day. I appreciate you asking that, Usman Isaac. I'm not going to talk about Ben Chilwell now, but I think it's become a liability. Not in every game. If the space is out there for him to exploit, he does well. So in that regard, I compare him to Ben Chilwell. So let's start at time. I'm going to start with the most difficult. The goalkeeper. It's not easy. We have too many goalkeepers, good goalkeepers. So I'm going to go with Sanchez. I'm going to help you start with the easy ones. So Ty, the back four. Give me your back four, and if I disagree, and if those in the chat disagree, and I'm going to go. Let's go with 4-2-3-1. I think it will. I think for me, I still think he will. We will see Lavia start this game. Lavia will start. Casado will start. I think the manager will start. This is an opportunity for him to You can say give them a chance. You can say start betting them. Let me use AD for Blues language. So Ty, if you're there, you're back for. I'm waiting for you. Go for it. All right, it doesn't look like Ty is there for the back four, but the back four for Sutton, we know left back Chilwell until that changes because we don't have too much to work with right now. He hasn't given what's his name, the young a chance, Ian Martin a chance, so there's no telling whether he starts him. We don't have too much to work with, but we'll try the best we can. Right back, Gusto for Sutton. Yeah, Reece James is out for a while, and he doesn't have competition there. Let's see, Chilwell, Kowa, Disasi, Gusto. I think the manager starts. In my opinion, I think he will start Thiago Silva again. That's just what I think. Coach, how about putting the formation at 3-2-4-1, the real shape which a CFC use? Let's see. I think he will revert to his preferred formation, which is 4-2-3-1, because we struggled with that particular structure you mentioned there. 3-2. That's more attacking actually, but with wingers also, maybe. There's a chance he does that. And that's because he's shown that he. No, there's no telling really. We're just gonna try and do our best to correctly predict the 11 hit start, but I'm not too sure. Nothing is certain really. Chilwell and Gusto guaranteed. Yep. Coach, you cannot believe it. I couldn't on my TV. Okay, I could not on my TV and get data to my phone because the West Ham game. Because you listen, before I became a content creator, here's what I deal with days where how I cope. Days when Chelsea lose games, I delete every sports app on my phone so I don't get any updates on whatever Chelsea are doing. But now I've gotten used to it. Silva doesn't need to play versus Luton. That's where it becomes a risk. He needs to be there. If you take them for granted, it's an issue. We need to play them as if they're the strongest team in the Premier League. Get that win put in the pocket. At Chelsea FC, we need attackers that are goal hungry, ready to score at any given time and opportunity. We must have dynamic midfielders and attackers ready to assist and score 20 goals to 30 goals plus. Wow. Okay. One of Kowa's decisive drops, but Poch may give them both a start. If he's thinking of giving them a chance to come back stronger against a weaker opposition, I think Thiago Silva starts this game. I think he's the one that's been leading the back line. Even with him there, we've struggled, and not because of him. We struggled because of the lack of, you can say, chemistry between proper chemistry between the defensive line. And the defensive line is one of the most difficult departments in a team, or you could say area in a team to assemble. If you remove one player and add another player there, you see the sort of mistakes we've been seeing from our defensive line. And plus, we have how many changes there? You can say three. Three of them. Gusto, Disasi, and Colwell. Silva is the only old head there. And I'd argue had Chalobah been fit, he'd be starting games because the manager would trust his understanding with Thiago Silva. It would take time to bed the other two in because they haven't been playing together for a while. Luton Town can be very dangerous too. We must not look down on them, else they will surprise us. They are also physical, which means that alone, the fact that they are a physical side is a problem on its own. That's concerning to me. Coach, if Lukaku is on the bench tomorrow and there's a distinct possibility that he is, would you support that decision? Answer the question. Don't cop out. I will not. We're not that desperate right now. Plus, it's not going to be match fit anyway. So if Poch starts Silva, do you think Colwell or Disasi might think that Poch doesn't trust him? No, I don't think so. He's a good manager. Just tell them, take a break. You don't need to be part of this one. I want to rest Silva and the next one, and you get to start with one of those two. But I don't know. But he'd find a way to let them know the reason behind that decision to drop either of them. To me, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's a problem. The Sassy is like 26 is 25. Coach, can we start calling Mudryk a flop now? I don't think that's very wrong. If anything, we've mishandled his start to life at Chelsea, especially under Graham Potter. And you can say Pochettino himself, he did that too by not starting him against Liverpool, where there are there were tons of space that had he been on the pitch, he'd exploit those spaces effectively. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have played him against West Ham United actually because the spaces weren't there, and that doesn't mean he cannot play against low block teams. He can because he's a good dribbler. Why are the fan forum going to gaga about Lukaku? In my opinion, Jackson has been playing really well. Lukaku can't even hold a candle for him. Honestly, he's just more experienced. The only thing coming is goals soon. It will happen. Let's see what we have here. Ben Jacobs tweets. I get it. It's just him, you can say, making up whatever he wants to make up from what Pochettino said. First of all, remember, Poch did say nothing has changed. And if anything has changed, the club will let him know. And if the club lets him know, okay, we've changed our mind, we want this to happen, yeah, then he's off for it. But do I think the club will change their mind to keep Romelu Lukaku? I don't think we're there yet. We're not that desperate yet, in my opinion. I would reassure Colwell and Decisive by telling them that if they keep their heads down and work hard, they can get the chance to start over Silva against top 6 teams. But it isn't in their hands. Yeah, it's as simple as that. And be rest assured, Pochettino is the man to let them know, yeah, that's what they have to do. There's nothing wrong with the Sassy and Colwell partnership, but it has to be gradual. It has to be gradual. We're seeing that even with Thiago Silva on the pitch, they struggle quite a lot. And that's not a good mix. Two of them are not the biggest.
But you know.
Sorry?
Good. That's funny. Remember, I remember when Silva first came in. Obviously, the mistakes were not like Silva. But when Silva first came in, he played one good game. I think it was in the Carabao Cup, I think it was, or League Cup was it, or whatever. And then the next game was West Brom, and he made a lot of mistakes. That reminds me of Disasi. Disasi made some mistakes.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's adjusting to the league as well. League, in my opinion, is the closest league to the Premier League in terms of physicality. So it's not as difficult to adjust from that league. But he's still adjusting because the tempo.
And if we're being honest, had Chalobah been fit, you'd argue he probably won't get a chance to start as soon as he did. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong. Yep, I agree with you, but it would take time. Lukaku is a big no for me. I think we don't need to waste our energy in that. The manager has said nothing has changed, and that's what I'm going with. Colwell was played at left back. That's not his position. Plus, Silva was also bad versus West Ham. They all were. Lots of issues there. Is Lukaku playing tomorrow? No, he's not even going to be on the bench. Coach blocked that Chilwell shot better. Okay, I know Coach likes the tappings, but he has that excellent quality to track back and defend where needed. Wow, some argument. The team needs leaders now because it's not because we have too many young players. It's no time to joke around and give chances. It's about being serious and winning, nothing less. And Silva will enforce that vocally from the back. I think we can't afford actually to do without him right now. But I'm going to go to Bobby. Bobby, give us your back four. And with each player, I like you usually do. You correctly predicted that Disasi was going to start on 2 occasions, and he did. But let's hear you. The back four right now, let's assume our argument is that the manager most likely will go back to a back four structure because
Coach, I'll have to shout out to you when I'm able to talk. I can't really talk right now.
All right, no problem. So we go to Martin O. Just let me know when you're back via the through the private messaging system so that I'll bring you up. Martin, I appreciate you finding the time to join. Sorry to hear that you had to take a break from social media for personal reasons. You don't have to tell us, but we all do that every now and then. But I hope everything is okay on your end. Yeah. Okay, I appreciate you. Nice to hear that. The back four, your thoughts. Who would you again? Your picks.
Yeah. Okay, ideally, I would like to see Cowell and the Sassy play together because I feel like Luton is the lowest team we could get this season
But
ultimately,
isn't that
and
a risk? And have you forgotten about
it
Charity
is.
FC? I think we
Yes, it
should go
is a
into that
risk.
game as if it's a final.
Yes, it is. And if that is the case, then we'd play Cowell and Silva. But I've noticed Silva's been a bit lethargic since the preseason, and people don't see it enough. But I've noticed that even from the first game, the pass from Salah, it went straight through Silva. He was so slow to come back. And Cowell was so close to him, so he should have seen the threat already.
Mm.
And the other, even the Antonio goal, you remember it was Cowell and Disasi battling with Antonio. Where was Silva? He was in the midfield chilling. So there are so many instances of him just it's almost like he's not entirely fit. It's weird. It looks weird. And again, he slows down the ball. And the second half, the amount of control moved from the midfielders to the defenders, and it kept on going through Silva in the slowest pace possible. Just I know
And when
David
you say
Luiz.
part of that you say shambolic defending we witnessed on the day was down to the fact that we didn't have proper protection from the midfield area.
Midfield, yeah, and I feel like even after the red card, we didn't need three centre backs. If we don't have two capable centre backs to play a game of football, then what are we doing? This is Luton at the end of the day, and if we trust Coro and we trust the Sase to play in this team consistently, then we can trust both of them to play against Luton, who we
All right,
know
give me
will
give
is
me
not.
give me your back four, and it looks like I didn't record Ty's back four actually. So let's see if it
Oh,
differs. If it differs, if we differ, then we have to use the chat to complete it. That's assuming the man
all
goes
right.
with the back four. But I think one of these days
Yeah.
he will. Whether tomorrow will be the day, we don't know. But give
Okay.
me your back four.
Okay, but for my back four, I'll play Cowell and Thiago Silva just for the reason that Caicedo will be playing his first home game, and he'll be starting his first home game, and he needs a little bit of direction. We saw when he came on the bench the other day, Silva was pointing, showing him to move here, go there, how to adjust, and I think that guidance and that intensity is needed, and coming from the centre backs who are really, really good on the ball. I haven't seen this as a play in a two-man partnership yet, so I'll
Mhm.
just play it safe, get the
He's
good.
actually done. I think he's done that with. He did that with Batashile at Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco, yeah, which
Mm.
is fine, but it might be different. The pace in the Premier League might be different. So ultimately, just to get Poch's first win, again, get the positive feelings back, to get the vibes back, good clean
Mhm.
sheet, comfortable, strong, resilient, and keep the ball flowing. But he needs to step up his game. He seems a bit relaxed, and I don't think people notice it enough because he hasn't made a mistake or he's not involved in any error or any mistake. But his lack of involvement is exactly what piles pressure on the others. No one can remember a moment Silva's had in the last two games. You just
Mhm.
can't. It's almost like he's ghosting through it. Even when Bowen came to the center, Disasi was the one dealing with him. He was, being dragged out of positions left and right, and he's covering for Gusto as well, who was going forward. So it put a whole lot of pressure on the other two. So I feel like he kind of needs to just, step it up a little bit.
And you don't have to worry about the goalkeeping area, the most difficult part. I had to take care of that
Very
before I
difficult.
bring you on. Yeah. So tie your back for. Let's see if you
The
differ.
thing is,
Maybe as there'll be the need to use those in the chat. Go ahead, Ty.
um, I think we should play the Sassy, um, on the right, and Silva on the left, and Cole should be. Yeah, I'm gonna say something that's very different, and I think Cole should play as a left back
Who
because
played who as a left back?
yeah,
Cowell as
that's
a
what I
left
would
back.
do. Yeah, Silva
Okay,
and
let's
Disasi.
assume it's a back four.
Yeah, if it's a back four, then yeah.
Hmm. So clearly you differ. All right, let's see
Yeah.
what those are in the chat what they're saying before I think we'll settle that. The back four will settle that argument with the people in the chat. But I think most certainly, I think Thiago Silva starts. If he doesn't start, I'll be surprised. The team needs leaders now because it's no time to joke around. I think I've read that. Maybe let's give them a chance to be better, but not in this game. Cup games, maybe. That's where you can experiment with the pairing of the center backs. Do people on the panel think Cowell cannot handle playing left back? I don't think so. I don't think so, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
It's about the
No.
consistency, though. Anyone can do a good job for a game or two, but you're looking at 45 games for a season.
Yeah.
Ideally, you wouldn't want, uncomfortable situations arising and all of that. And this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's see. Because I think that Chilwell can play left wing. Yeah, he can. Left wing, he can play left wing, but he will not be effective against low block teams. That's my problem with Chilwell. Chilwell, look, he's not good at progressing the ball when he has a player marking him. He just opts for the safer option backwards or sideways. He never tries to beat his man one-on-one, except if there's space. Ty, were you saying something?
No, I was saying that it has to do with communication at the back, because the point that was made about Silva being lethargic or appearing lethargic. I think with the example of the Antonio goal that was mentioned, the situation there was that if you look back at the movement, Silva left the ball for Disasi to clear, which he did, and then the ball goes back up the pitch. And then after that, I think it was James Ward-Prowse who made the pass, and it goes straight to Antonio. And then after that, some footwork and everything. And after that, the ball goes through this Sassy's legs, and then Sanchez tries to save and he doesn't. So I think in terms of that, I think communication and chemistry needs to be developed. And that is one of the downsides to signing a centre back after the preseason, where you'd have had the opportunities for them to trial and error, make those mistakes and things like that. But that wasn't the case. We signed after the preseason. So in terms of that, I get the point that was made. Silva hasn't looked like the Silva that you call a veteran and you can rely upon. And you say that he ages like fine wine, but at the same time, he is 39 years old. It's expected. But I think it has to do with communication and chemistry being developed, and it's the same with Cole and Silva as well, and even with Disasi as well. So it's necessary. But I'm trying to validate why I said what I said, because I know it's very unpopular.
Yeah. No, another point to add, Coach, is that we're playing with a lot of new faces, in the defensive unit. Sanchez is new, the keeper is new, the right back is new, Cowell as well is new to playing with the Chelsea colours. And then you have the Caicedos in front of him. So there's a whole lot of new going on, and they'll need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of stability, a little bit of, hey, move here, come there, go here, and just getting a bit of, the Chelsea way, the Chelsea mentality. And this is why Silva would be important to guide everyone just in this initial phase, whatever, we make of his performance or not.
Yeah, we're eventually phase him out gradually.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, let's see what else we have here. Why is Lukaku not playing? We need people who will score goals. I don't know. I cannot expect. Chilwell is a shocking left wing. Shouldn't be anywhere near there. I think I agree with you. He only does well when there's when there are spaces for him to exploit. What about Badashile? He's recovering. And the Samic Telecoms Nigeria says that Chelsea FC is now turning into injury FC. So sad. Is there a spell? I mean, could Chelsea have been cursed by someone out there? I am already scared because if that be the case, there's no change. I don't think so. Luton have 18 players in their squad, and that are 6 foot plus. If we think we're gonna get the 3 points by just showing up, then that's a mistake. Most of our games maybe just like the West Ham game, because people see that's a way to get results against us. So yeah, we must approach at that game as if it is a final. Everyone can blame players. Each player has to win their dues not rely on others, or we have 11 men chasing the ball like a primary school kids. Yep. I agree with you. I agree with the speaker. Silva has been lethargic so far. Passes through him has been so slow. Wow, has been so slow too. He looks tired. Okay. Colwell as a left back. Don't we want to? Do we want to lose again? Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I agree that most lower half teams will use West Ham's games as a blueprint. So it will be important for the team to impose themselves physically. Yep, and not going to any game feeling like, okay, we've won this one already now. That would be a huge risk. How do you play Colwell on the left? This guy don't know football. Colwell has a strength playing breaking, line breaking passes and all that. He can actually do that from the flanks too. Keep him where he will play those passes, please. That bros should go and be watching tennis, not football. Wow, do you have to go to that extent? Two defenders on one man could defend the tie. And big up to you. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't, please go check out his YouTube channel. We'll start something new today called the Blue Alliance, where we stream simultaneously on multiple YouTube channels. That will start today. But let's see how that goes. We'll bring in more people, but Ankit will start that initially, and then search for people who be committed to the project and at them. Big up to you too. I appreciate you joining. Please go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe, and that will allow the team to play decisive. Thiago Colwell together. Let's see, guys. We need to give Lukaku a chance to play for CFC. We aren't in need of a striker. What? We are okay, not aren't. We are okay. There's something on my screen there, making it like an apostrophe. I will hold my thoughts until the Blue Alliance tonight. But watching this, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. And guys, do not miss the Blue Alliance show. And bro, if you have a chance, can you share the link in the chat so people can go drop a like for us there before the show starts later in the day. Let's see. 6-0 Chelsea, Peter Pan. Thanks. Okay, let's see. The game has Ugochukwu and Santos written over it. But let's see what the manager does. So I'm going to bring in Roger. Roger, gracias. Hola. Bonjour. Konnichiwa. Assalamu alaikum. Ciao. Anything else? Anything else? I don't know. But Roger, big up to you more importantly. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Roger, the lineup, the back four. Do you agree or do you disagree? So let's see if we can use those in the chat. If you, whatever it is, you let us know why.
Aloha.
Oh yeah, that's how are you? Why did I forget that? I remember I could have said that too, but go ahead. I forgot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. It's hard to determine. Are you trying to determine what he's going to pick or what we want to pick?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Can you say that again?
So I'm asking you, are we here to decide what we believe?
To try and you can say predict his selection.
Yeah. Well, I have no
good luck
idea.
to us, right?
Yeah, I mean, because of Mudryk being out, I would assume that he'll probably play Chilwell up front. So he'll probably play with a back three, I assume. So listen, I would go with the back four you have there, but I don't believe he will do that.
Let's assume it's a back four, because chances are after what we saw against West Ham, we were everywhere, and because he has Casado available
coach,
now, you can say
0-2. We're 0-2 right now. We've said back four each. Listen, he calls it a back four, but I've watched each game at least twice, and it's not a back four for the most part. Every time the camera zooms into the goalkeeping area and the back line area, it's always a back three, period. So...
But don't you think the availability of Casado, because Casado most likely will be ready, will be starting this one, in my opinion. If anything, this is a sort of game he'll be comfortable starting him. I think Lavia may well get a chance to Don't you think that would lead to him going to his preferred formation?
Well, yeah, but I've said this the last 2 games and I've been wrong each time. So no.
Lavia isn't available.
Sorry.
Oh, Lavia isn't available?
Yeah,
he said in a press conference that we won't be ready for weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead with what you were saying, Roger.
Yeah, so I have a sneaking suspicion that he's going to use the same players that he chose last week in week 1. Mm-hmm. The only difference was Gusto was the starter, as opposed to Reece James. I think he's going to go ahead and continue with that. That's just my opinion. Sorry. I don't think he's going to use the traditional back four that we all saw in pre-season. I don't see that happening especially because of Mudryk is gone. Yes, Caicedo, I get your logic, but I don't believe that comes into the equation based on what he's done thus far in the first 2 games.
So you think he's going to go with a 3? What's that structure again?
3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, however you want to term
3-4-2-1. Okay, so let's go with 3-4-2-1.
But another spanner in the works is we have no 10.
Yeah, we don't have a 10 right now. So probably 3-4-2-1. Yeah. I'm going to go with this and restructure it like this. It's not going to be probably Kowa left here. Okay, let's move things around. Right here. Okay, Disasi comes in if that's the case.
Yeah, based on the first 2 games, Coach, I believe this is a strong possibility. And especially because of Mudryk isn't available.
And you could argue now having the traditional DM, because someone who's a good, that can help protect the defense very well in Moises Caicedo, he will actually even have he will have more confidence to go with the back 3.
Yeah. I would prefer that we go with the first 4 that you chose. This is what I want to see, but what I want and what I get are 2 different things, as I tell my children.
Can you get that? Say that again.
That's what I want to see would be the traditional back 4. But as I always tell my children, what I want and what I get are 2 different things.
Here's the thing. Unfortunately, here, if we go with this structure, it creates a problem further forward. Because now we're talking about 2 8s.
Coach.
No more. Yeah.
Coach, can can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, I just, sorry, I was listening, but where I was just coming out of the hospital, so I couldn't really talk. Listen, as far as the formation is concerned, I was hearing a lot of very sensible stuff about Thiago Silva. We're beginning to witness the end in terms of his physical ability. His mental ability, his leadership, his character, everything is impeccable. But Thiago Silva is now really slowing down. He slows down the game. He struggles to keep up with physical players. We all saw and ignored how easily Antonio would just brush him aside. I can see a possibility that in this game, since our problem with Luton is mainly, no disrespect to Luton because they're a decent outfit, but it's mainly their organizational efficiency and their physicality. So it's quite possible that we will have as our left and right centre backs respectively, Colwill and Disasi. It's quite possible. I'm not sure there will be a start for Thiago Silva, because this is just going to be another West Ham incarnate, whom, by the way, I think will be quite a threat if they get Kudus. I mean, I digress, but I just thought I'll put that there, simply because of the way they play. Now, there's also a problem with our team that needs to desperately be addressed. Football is not a complicated sport as such, but when you complicate it without the personnel to deal with that complication, then you form a chaotic team. We need to get back to certain basics. We can barely take corners, not to mention set pieces and penalty kicks. We need to establish our penalty kick takers, our set piece takers. These things are big concerns to me, because cup games are going to be a very, very big part of our season. And if we go to extra time and then penalties, and we have these shambles of players that can't take penalties, you all know what the outcome will be. So we need to take that into serious consideration. And I don't know the current delays in the transfer market, but if, it seems we've missed out on Kudus, we need to make a decision on this number 10 situation. Because yes, we're trying to rebuild. Yes, we are a new team and it will take some time. But if we don't address the basics in the personnel, we're in for a repetition of last season and maybe even worse. We need to be a bit careful here. So
okay, Bobby, are you saying he's not going to go with the back three? Because if you're saying Silva is not going to play, then definitely he's going to go. If Humphreys is still in the squad, right?
I think he will try a back two. He has to do something different to what he's done in the last two games, and he has to score goals. I think he needs to find somebody who will be a threat close to Jackson further up the field. Now, who do we have to do that? We have Gallagher, who may have to go further up, and people talk about Sterling. I don't think goal scoring is his strength. It has to be Gallagher, who's not too far away up there from Jackson. Then the midfield, it looks like he will bring in. I don't see him. Sorry, coming back to the back four, I don't see him changing the left and the right backs. I think he will stick with Chilwell, unfortunately, and he will stick with Gusto, which is a good thing. But the midfield, I suspect he will play Caicedo. I don't want him to, but I think he will do. I would rather play Ugochukwu there, since he's been training longer and he should be up to speed. But I think he will use Caicedo. So we're looking at Caicedo, Enzo, of course, and maybe because Gallagher is going up forward a bit to replace the injured Carney, maybe we will see Santos, because Lavia is still having conditioning training. He's not even training outfield with the first team, with the rest of the players. He's still working on his condition. There is also a chance, since we don't have what's his name? Mudryk, that at some point in the game we see Maatsen. However, I hope that Maatsen's contract impasse isn't the reason why we're not seeing him playing. They need to sort that out, either way. I want him to stay, but if he's being difficult, the last thing we need is more difficulty amongst players. If he's being difficult, let's make some money from him, honestly. That's just how I feel.
You're going to need a left back. You're going to need a
I
left
totally
back.
agree.
But to support and help Chilwell, I think he may well, if he's okay to play, be seen either on the bench or starting in the left wing type position. And that's it. On the right, we will see Sterling with Madueke coming on later. And of course, down the middle, we'll have, I think we've gone over 4 players, but over 3 players in front.
All right, let me give the
down
people
the middle,
in the chat the microphone. Go ahead, Bobby. Were you saying something?
So I was saying down the middle, we're looking at Jackson. again. And I'm sorry, my midfield, I said Santos. No, Santos will be on the bench because Gallagher will be the 8/10 that we're going to have to use.
Yeah,
So
there's no space for Santos right
Enzo
now.
Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher.
All right, let's see what we have here. Please go check out Ty Talks YouTube channel. I don't know, Ty, is it 1,000 yet, or you're getting closer and closer?
I'm 8 away from 1,000. I'm losing subscribers after the comment I made earlier.
No, you don't have to mention. That happens every day, honestly. If I tell you how many subscribers I lose some days, it depends. And that's why you own a channel. You don't have to pay attention to whether you lose a channel, lose subscribers because you're being objective. It happens all the time. So Ty needs just 8 more subscribers to get him to 1,000 subscribers. Let's make that happen for him. If you haven't, please go check out his YouTube channel and do subscribe. Let's get him to 1,000. Caicedo, Santos, a double pivot would be nice. So I think that will happen soon. I don't think so, except that the manager decides to give Enzo a rest, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. The Blue Alliance, which premieres today, you don't want to miss it. The graphics ain't ready, but I think we're working on graphics and intros for that particular show. You don't want to miss it. You want to go check out, click through the link, drop a like on it. The Blue Alliance, we will be streaming simultaneously on both every panelist there on their respective channels. It's called the Blue Alliance. I think the name, as the name implies, just the meaning that tells you everything you need to know about it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's see what else we have here. Back 3 now, Roger. I am watching it. Let's see. Poch already said Caicedo is starting. Yeah, that makes sense. So how do we fit him? I don't know, Coach. Our problem is injuries. So do you realize that the link up between Nkunku and Jackson in that Liverpool game would have been netted us 3 points? Yep, because they were excellent together during preseason. But Sheila would have flawed Anthony, or Anthony would have fouled him before he gets to that ball. But that's inexperience on the side of Colwell, but he will get better. Santos should start. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. Facts, Bobby, maybe it could say there's a chance it happens. I don't know. I'm not the manager. Facts, Bobby, the question is, have we addressed the issue? I don't think we have. He thinks in a lot. Poch obviously needs experience and seasoned the players. That part of why we didn't pursue Kudus. You could argue that. So maybe they are looking at a more experienced players. And he said that 1,000 times. So I'm not going to be surprised if that turns out to be the case. So it looks like this is the first time Romelu Lavia is training a couple. So which is why he isn't ready.
Coach, I think we need to swallow our pride and go and get back João Felix. He is a good player. He's young. He has experience. He's played with Chelsea and in the Premier League for at least half a season. He will help us.
Yeah, but it's never gonna happen. You know that.
Do you think so? I don't think.
Yeah, I think so. He wants to join Barcelona and he's made it open. And you think and he probably end up terminating his contract. They will get him as a free agent. I don't see that. He probably feels like we did him dirty. We just used him because we were struggling. And then when we feel like, okay, we don't need him.
But you know what, though? With the exception of the salary issue, I believe he is a missing link. I think he showed what he's capable of last year.
I never say never about most things. And I think this is just an exaggeration where we're predicting somebody's emotions without really knowing the person or the situation. I don't think Chelsea would have been foolish enough to dismiss him disrespectfully. He had a temporary contract with which if we wanted to purchase him outright, vis-a-vis, remember the kind of money, unreasonable money Atletico was asking, we would have done. We got a new coach who didn't have him in his plans. But if there is a chance that the coach could be considering, which I don't think he is, using Lukaku and or Callum Hudson-Odoi, then most definitely going back to Felix is not a problem. Felix only mentioned Barcelona after he was rejected by Chelsea. which to me is not a bad thing. He's not saying he doesn't want to play for Chelsea, but as far as he knows, Chelsea don't want him.
But the finances, though, the finances of the deal.
Well, if there's no transfer fee, then we can consider his wages. Do you see what I mean?
No, the loan is expensive. The loan fee itself.
No, I'm not clear. I thought he terminated his contract.
He hasn't.
He hasn't.
Okay,
I think he's contemplating it.
He can't even do that. People need to understand terminating a contract means one side is paying the other side the entire value of the contract, which is close to what, 60, 50 million. So it doesn't just happen, except both sides are really, really on it.
No, I'm thinking, or rather, my understanding is that it's done already. If it hasn't been done already, then okay, I can see why it looks almost impossible, because Atletico will charge an arm and a leg.
We had 11 million for 6 months.
And for this one, Bobby, I'm saying never. I know never say never, but for this one, I'm saying never, really.
Too expensive.
That's just who I am. I get it. If you don't buy
I think the word you should use.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell.
Go ahead, Martin. We are saying something so I can get those in the chat, the microphone, and bring back Roger.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's just the finances. The player profile and what we've seen from him would totally make sense and would fit. But they charged us 11 million for 6 months. So if we're getting him back on loan for a year, we're talking, what, 15, 20 just for a year. So it doesn't make a lot of sense in that way.
I mean, that's based on the assumption that same scale would be applicable. That's an assumption.
But they still value him that way. They tried to get him on loan.
No, they valued past tense him that way. Perhaps
no, they still do. They did that to Saudi some weeks ago.
I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm saying there is a possibility that it's called negotiating, where you can say we want to have him for X amount, not Y amount. That's all I'm saying.
That's good. If that can happen, perfect.
Yes.
I'm just going to say what I'm saying. I don't think it happens.
Sorry,
in my opinion.
Yeah, and like I said, whatever we think about, if Poch wants him or if he wants Barcelona, whatever, the finances alone, it's very expensive. We had 11 million for 6 months. That 11 million for a year, it's a lot. For a player, you would be giving back. It's actually a lot if you deep it, because loans are usually between the 5-6 million. And then if Nkunku then comes back, Kane comes back by November, you're having 3 10s, and one of them is just sitting on ridiculous amounts of money. So that could literally be a new Brazilian wonder kid.
All right, let's see what we have here. Let's give them the microphone. I'll come back to Roger.
All I'm trying to say is I don't believe you should use the term. I understand, I respect your opinion, but I don't believe you should, shall we say, preclude him from any possibility.
I'm gonna go to the extent of saying if we sign Joao Felix, I'm gonna do a $200 giveaway. Highlight it.
I can't wait.
Come to daddy. Daddy.
Highlight it. No, I'm serious. You remember before we let him go, I was saying I don't see us keeping him.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit the Poch style.
Yes, it is. Finances were tight for us. Money is tight for us now, no matter how anybody sees it. Really tight.
That's based on our current earnings.
That's what I'm saying. But this window, maybe next window, but this window we're not going to sign Joao Felix. That's just my opinion.
I think I believe it's a strong possibility that you're right. But I'm saying the term never. I believe it's not applicable. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand your point, bro. Bobby, tied together. Let's see what is marking Neum. Yes, Felix is our answer, but we fumbled it. For me, I don't think it happened. But Roger has a point. The possibility is still there as long as he's still looking to leave Atletico Madrid. To go where? I don't know. Hi, Michi. Okay, please hit the like button, people. We're 75, 25 more to get it to 100. Dabaya, Mark and Drew ask you guys, let's get it to at least 100. I know we started an hour late, but we can get it to 100. I am looking at Vlahovic differently now. I wouldn't say no to a more. I think to a move right now. I think he's a better striker than Lukaku, but maybe there are other reasons. There are some reasons why the club have been, you can say have been reluctant. You can say going into that deal. I don't know. They're not willing to pay off for some reason. I just do not know why. Let's see what else we have here. The owners won't sign him because of his wages. Maybe. If Felix manages to cancel his contract, then that's a different argument. Then Barcelona will snap him up. Register veteran and stick him at left back. We move. Yeah, it's a solution. Where I'm veteran. I heard he's training with the academy. What do you mean by the loan is expensive? Not getting an experience of players will cost us a Champions League spot, which is far more expensive. Good argument right there, but they still say that's expensive in my opinion. How much would we normally pay a class number 10 in this current market? We are doing that chipped in again. Unfortunately, Roman would have gotten him. That's very big what if bro. But things have changed. Carney is a 10 and never has been. Let's see what else we have here. Still 3 at the back, most likely. People are thinking, but I'm suspecting he'd go back to a back 4, but I don't know. Do you guys remember you said that Caicedo or Lavia should not start on the starting lineup last week? They did more training. What now? Okay, this one base. Let's see, coach, do a Felix poll. Okay, in a bit, let me do that. I think a lot of people will want the club to sign him. The question is it possible? That's a real question you have to be asking. But I'll do the poll. Roger, what we need to do is mix it up. Assign few big names like Vlahovic, hidden gems like Ugo, Vetlisten, among others, good youth players like Martin, Charlie Webster, and all of them. The good mix there. Coach, the board is crazy. Concerned about Vlahovic, but overpaying for clowns like Caicedo. You don't have to call them clowns, man.
Yes.
Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to come to you, Roger. The midfield are 4. You can say let's just go with 2. The 2 6s there.
I think it's a safe bet that Enzo's playing. Just call me a clairvoyant.
How difficult.
Yeah, the most difficult. He just solved the most difficult problem on the day.
This is why they pay me the big bucks, gentlemen.
He cracked it.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, Enzo, and I'm probably going to suspect it's going to be Gallagher.
Okay. Go ahead. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. Well, based on the first 2 games, coach. That's simple.
You think it's going to be Gallagher, even though, Caicedo comes into the conversation. He's still thinking that deep area.
I'm not sure whether he's going to start Caicedo.
Yeah, the manager said he's going to start. We were told.
Oh, so he is going to start Caicedo.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, then obviously it's going to be Enzo and Caicedo.
Then I think Gallagher still gets a chance as one of the 2.
Do you think that's
a good? If he's going to go with this structure.
Do you think that's a good idea, starting Caicedo?
Yeah, I think now he should be ready.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Well, obviously he's seen him in training every day, and if he's announced
so which means he should be ready. Yeah.
Yeah, he must be good. He wouldn't start him if he didn't think he was ready.
Mm-hmm. So I think he should be ready. So the argument, if he comes in, Gallagher gets a chance further forward and not in that deep area.
No,
that's one of the 2 8s. But go ahead.
I don't think Gallagher starts this game. If Caicedo is playing,
he can play as one of the 2 8s.
Yeah, possibly. Or come on, yeah, I agree.
In my opinion,
I hope he does.
Yeah, I think. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Who was speaking?
Ty,
what were you saying?
I said I hope he does.
Okay. How about you, JC? What do you make of the 2 6s there, the combo there? And let me go with what Roger said. Roger here and Enzo. Roger cracked the code there. And Caicedo. I think that would be the 2 6s tomorrow, because if anything, that would be the perfect game to start bedding in Caicedo in properly. Give him full 90 minutes or something close to that, or 16 minutes, in my opinion. So JC, if you're there, what do you make of the selection and the structure we've chosen?
Yeah, the structure is more closer to what Roger was right, but I still think it's not 3-5-3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. It's like more like 3-2-4-1, 3-2-3-2.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because they're going to push up. It's
Chilwell should be even more up. Chilwell
Yeah.
should be even more up. And,
yeah, that's true in the sense. I get what he's. Hello, JC. By the way, I totally get it, but they're going to call. Yeah, it's like a 4-1-4-1, right? However you want to term it, it's going to be a 3-2-4-5-1. But just in this,
but that's more like in game, like during attack they are like that. When they're defending, they are back to like back four.
Oh yeah. In
4-2-3-1.
possession, Chilwell and Gusto, they're not even going to see the halfway line. They're going to be by the corner post. Yeah, I totally agree. But for naming conventions, this is what it's called. But yeah, for all intents and purposes.
I came with this. You know why? Why I came up with this argument is not to prove my point or your point. I came with this analogy, and this argument was to then come to the starting lineup. I see Caicedo starting, I see Gallagher starting, and I see Enzo starting.
I see. I got it.
Where do you think Gallagher starts?
Gallagher starts where you have written Caicedo. Caicedo starts where you have written Enzo, and Enzo moves up.
You think Enzo moves up?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Possible.
see.
Possible. I would have thought Gallagher moves up, really, but yeah.
I think Gallagher moves up.
Yeah,
I think Gallagher moves up.
Gallagher or Enzo, they might be alternating, and Caicedo will be sitting more like 4-1-4-1. That might be the right way to say it. Yeah, correct. I totally agree with both of you, Bobby and Roger. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You're not gonna agree with Coach. You think I don't know?
No, but Coach, you. I mean, I will give you a chance. Don't worry. You will tap in.
No, only attacking me. That's the only thing you do.
Good one, JC. Good one.
Okay, let's keep those in the chat microphone. I want to surround off this as soon as possible. We don't have too much time today. 3 at the back is too defensive. It depends on the application. I don't know why people call this too expensive, too defensive, so to speak. If anything, this is actually exposes you. If you know why? When you don't have traditional sixes, it's the application. These two guys, the wing backs, their primary responsibility, it depends on the manager, but in this case, their primary responsibility is to join the attack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually more dangerous when you don't have traditional sixes, which we haven't had for a while now. But the difference is that probably you can say we're starting with 5 defenders because these guys are traditionally defenders. But somebody like Thomas Tuchel and Graham Potter, they will play wingers here.
Yeah, exactly. But
so the application is what you have to pay attention to, not the numbers or the structure itself. Go ahead, JC.
Yeah, you know why the people think like it is more defensive is because the sheer amount of defenders we have on the pitch. It's like 5 of them.
Yeah, the number of defenders.
And add to that defensive midfielders. I mean, it's like totally. That affects a little bit because the instinct of these defenders is like whenever they are pressed, they go back.
And you know why that changes the moment we start playing. If we have Lavia and Caicedo on the pitch, the manager will risk going with wingers in the wing back positions if he plays with a back 3, because now there's assurance. When you have somebody here that's traditionally, you could say that's defensively solid, a DM, when this guy overlaps and the space here, if he senses danger, he drifts to the left to cover it. But we've had the people we've had there, they aren't good at it. Even Gallagher, as well as he did, he's usually effective in stopping us from conceding goals, last these tackles and blockings and marking, but he doesn't read the game that well. You will see Gallagher he will do better when he starts playing as an 8 or as a winger, in my opinion. But that's just me.
That's because it's his natural environment. So
exactly. That's how I see it. But you could argue the manager have been using him in a deeper position because we lacked numbers there, and he has the attribute to make it less of a risk not to have a traditional DM, in my opinion.
That last ditch tackle versus Salah versus Liverpool, that I thought that was the play of the match, in my opinion. I thought he did very well. Yeah.
Yep. So let's give those in the chat the microphone so we can round off as soon as possible. Vlahovic isn't exactly injury prone. He's got a sports hernia, which usually takes us 6 weeks to heal. But the Juventus medical team is terrible. Look at all the other players, also not just Vlahovic. Rafael, thank you for that argument there. Based on the current happening, okay. Poch will reinstate Lukaku. Should the board fail to bring in experienced forwards, none of Nani and Mudryk have played a complete 90 minutes game for Chelsea. Some observation right there. I didn't say that a CFC needed to buy more experienced players. Okay, you're having a conversation with someone there. No, we need to go back to 4-2-3-1. I'm suspecting he'd do that, but a lot of people are saying he's sticking to this. And if he's argued that it's really a back four, maybe a hybrid approach that none of us have, you can say we haven't quite understand the application yet. Maybe he still go with this. If he sees it as a back four, not as a back three, not as the, you can say, as a structure we see suggests, maybe he'd still go with this structure. But let's see what happens. Might be worse than Morata. I think he's a better player than Morata, in my opinion. Let's see. Let's just give this guy's microphone. And here's the link. Big up to you too, Eugene. I appreciate you joining. The link to the maiden, you can say, yeah, I think that's for the premiere of the show, the Blue Alliance, which starts today. With the plan is to get it to 6 channels. So we have just 2 channels now. Let's see how it goes, and then we'll decide the criteria that we will use to bring in all the channels that we trust. So please go drop a like on that particular video there to help us garner more likes. If Vlahovic was so good, he wouldn't still be at Juventus. That's just what he think. Poch is sending a scripted message to the board by persisting with that formation. Classic coach's move. Okay. We need better midfielders. We throw big money for 2. Okay, let's see. I think Madueke will start at Gusta's position. Maybe that may well happen since Caicedo is on the pitch. But on the right hand side, will have an issue because Enzo usually he's not static. Usually you see him in the box too, especially under Poch. He's done that too many times. So I'm not too sure the manager will risk it. Yes, I'm loving the chat today. No peace. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. When we play back 3, wing backs should have goal threat. Yeah. And Chilwell has that, but you can't get that from him when we play against a team that defend deep. Okay, I will go with Madrid at right wing back also, but that's not going to happen. Let's see what else we have here. Chilwell will definitely get injured. Wow. Okay, just quickly. So, Roger, you've picked your 2 6s, right?
I believe so, sir.
Okay, Martin, give me your 2 6s.
Hello. So I have a different opinion on this. I kind of noticed how Poch likes just one of the 6s to drop deep and then the others to split like a right-sided 8 instead of having a double pivot as we would like to think of it in that way. So I think Gallagher has been playing this role. Even previously, Santos was the only one playing this role, even when he was there with Casade and other players. And I think he likes that in build-up. So if we're thinking of this formation in build-up, I would like to think it's just one of them that would be the deepest one. And then Enzo would be on the right. And then the other, the left forward would tuck in and play like an 8 during build-up and then be more advanced when the boys higher up the pitch. So I think we'll play midfield 3 of Caicedo being the deepest 6. And then Enzo on the right, and then Gallagher on the left. And then without the ball, Gallagher moves up, and then he joins the attack,
So
which we know is really good.
Here?
No, and the 9, the player 9.
Okay, one of the 2 8s.
Yeah, because of how Gallagher drops deep, Chilwell pushes ahead of him and plays like the left winger. And then Gallagher floats in that half space, doubling up as as a midfielder and then crashing into the box when he needs to, which we know he has the engine for that. Okay. So it's a bit weird, on paper, but it's like a midfield 3.
No, you're right,
like a back.
Martin, because Caicedo is going to be the only deep lying midfielder.
Yes, but as I said, is that okay, coach? Yeah, drag Caicedo to the end of this to the bottom of the center circle, and then Enzo be on the right. Then Chilwell will be more advanced than Gallagher, and then maybe you'd see it in that way. It's just a shout still.
Yeah, and for this comment right here, this saying, but I think it makes sense. You explained it very well, and that's why we missed you here. Playing an attacking formation that is completely lopsided because a Chilwell cannot be the man and ignores overlap is annoying. I think I agree with you. It's an attacking structure, but you could argue he's preferred playing Chilwell there because of his defensive instinct. That would go because we don't have on occasions where. The occasions where Chilwell has played there, we didn't have traditional DMs. We didn't have any. But I'm saying with Caicedo here, he may well. But who else?
But
who else right now? I don't think
role.
We don't have the luxury to play any winger here now. Go ahead. Were you saying something?
Yeah, we didn't have the person, but the role was executed by Gallagher, and he did a decent job at that.
Yeah.
Like I understand the personnel might not have been, the best person, but the role was still persisted on. So if indeed we're looking at that and we're seeing the consistency in what Poch has been doing by playing Chilwell as almost the highest, left playing attacker on that flank, then the 8, which Kane was initially, was also doing the same role, but he wasn't dropping as deep. However, Gallagher has that other thing of me. He has the engine to drop really deep and then still crash the box when he needs to, which we know he's good at, to get goals, pop up in really, really good positions. And then Sterling is doing the same, on the other flank. So it's almost like the way Sterling combined with James will be the way Gallagher and Chilwell will combine on that left wing. But Chilwell will be higher than Gallagher instead of, the way it's looking right now on the formation.
Yeah, if we're going with this structure, I don't think Amade can start. I think probably the only place, like people have mentioned in the chat, he may well get a chance here. But I think if the manager feels like that, I think Gusto starts here. That's the only thing that makes sense, really. I don't see Gallagher starting over Gusto here. Let's see, I think I agree with you. He needs someone playing behind him to feed him through passes or a 10. He's always making runs, but no through balls. I think I agree with you. Just quickly, coach, experienced players make a team win. I think I agree with you. Not young, inexperienced players. We need a trophy at Chelsea. I think we'll mix it up. Coach, my lineup: Sanchez as goalkeeper. Matson left back, right back, Desasi. Wow, CDM, Gallagher, and Sanchez. Midfield. Mudryk is out. He's injured. Palace fans said Gallagher as an attacker was class, but as a DM he was a bomb. Yes, play him for the forward. I say that. That's in my opinion. I think if you play him as a winger, he'd be effective for you. There's a good player in him, but every time I remember that he's actually started as a in the midfield area, I think he hasn't been that bad. He's been one of our best players this particular season, honestly. I get it. He's thin. He hasn't learned, you can say, mastered how to read the game quite well. But that will come with time. But I don't think we have the luxury to do that. Now that we've signed Lavia and Caicedo, his role is for the forward or on the flanks, in my opinion. I'm going to go quickly to Roger, the 2 8s here. Your thoughts?
One is going to be Sterling for obvious reasons.
Oh, did you consult Einstein to figure? Are you breaking that code too?
Breaking news.
This is how I roll, baby.
So what's going to be starting? Go ahead, Roger. I was just joking.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion. I'm not sure. I think Sterling may indeed play on the left, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, they can interchange either way. And honestly, I'm not sure whether Gallagher does so or whether it's Noni Madueke. It all depends on his fitness and how he's done during the week. Something that I'm not privy to. I think you make some sense.
If just quickly, Roger, if you don't mind, if Caicedo starts on the left, there's more security on this side. So if we bring Gallagher on the right-hand side, he adds security to the right-hand side because of Gusto and the spaces. So it makes sense. And it doesn't matter anyway, but go ahead.
But it's interchangeable. But with regards to Gallagher, I'm not saying this will transpire, it all depends on how well Nani has done during the week and what his fitness peak levels are. But I can either see Gallagher or Madueke starting there.
Let's see. I think Madueke will probably come in second half.
Possibly,
he's
yeah.
down the pecking order right now. We're not playing with a winger. If we're playing with a winger, you say he gets a chance. Except if the structure changes, is like 4-2-3-1. Then you could say he probably will be starting, and Gallagher will play as a 10. Then somebody who drops off. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna look at that right now. Let's finish with this. But I'm suspecting there's a chance he does
Coach,
that.
can I do a little bit? If you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead. I still have time, but I need to be running soon because they're knocked.
So
when I
can we do positional adjustments a little bit very quickly? I'll show you two phases of attack. Attack from the left, attack from the right, how we actually look on the field. It's not like this. So can you put Sterling just behind 11, just behind him, on the move him up.
Behind 11 like this?
No, up and on the left side, little bit. Where Chukwuemeka scored the goal.
Like here?
No. Right, like on the edge of the box. On the edge of the box.
Like here?
Yeah. Towards the right. Move Chilwell up, please. Move Chilwell up like a winger.
That's in an attacking phase.
Yes, on the left side when the ball is moving. Please move Colville to the besides Casado or somewhere up. Colville is up. Colville on the left side is up. Colville. That's the left back.
Like a left back. Left
back. Not Chilwell, Colville. You're moving.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Like a left back, like here?
Yeah, up, go up.
Up a bit, okay,
More up. No, don't move Disasi. Just move Colville. We are attacking from the left side. Chilwell is up. Chilwell is also up. You moved him back down. I do not know why. Move Chilwell up, please.
Up further. Here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Silva is and Disasi are two center backs. So they don't move Disasi on the corner. They are, they are like this. Yes. Gusto is when the ball is moving on the left side. Gusto is in the middle of the park, not that up.
Yeah,
not that up.
It's not that advanced. Yeah.
Yes,
this is going to be the heat
back. Yes,
JC. This is going to be the heat back.
Casado moves up. Casado moves up behind player 11, Sterling and Chilwell in the middle.
Enzo, not Casado.
No, but in this shape, I have to move Casado because it's written Casado there. I'm telling coach to move Casado up. And Enzo drops back in front of Disasi and Silva.
Yeah, but Casado is going to be the one. Here's the thing: Casado is going to be the one to be doing this thing you're doing with Enzo.
No, you don't look at the names. I'm just showing the positions. That's when the ball is moving from the left side. And when the ball is moving from the right side, Enzo moves up, Casado moves down, Gusto moves up, Chilwell stays there, and we become a back three, more of a back three. But Disasi goes up a little bit. We are always back two, actually.
This is going to be the heat back.
Gusto moves up. Gusto.
Yeah, let's just get it done. Again, this is interesting.
So we are actually when we are attacking. When we are attacking, we are only having two at the back. The third central defender is moving up. Wherever the ball is, he's up there.
Yeah, that is quite obvious when we're attacking.
So
but this is a starting structure. When we're moving with the ball, everything changes.
No. Let me correct you, gentlemen. This is not our starting structure. You will hardly see Chilwell there.
Yeah, but you look at what you see on the screen. When the game starts, it's a different thing altogether.
It's a different thing, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. I understand what you're explaining. That doesn't mean if we have the ball, everybody stands like this. No.
When the game starts, we are 4-2-3-1.
So yeah. And in a 4-2-3-1, who's the back four?
Yeah, in the last game, it was Disasi, Silva, Colville, and Gusto.
Okay, yeah, I get your point. I get what you're explaining. This is just the structure you see on the screen. But for instance, you heard when I explained that this is an attacking formation. That Chilwell is always up forward, and that's why you need a six that's you can say defensively solid that will sense danger and then drift to the right, to the left to cover that space. So I I understand that, but I think we need to do a show where you take your time to explain all this so that it will help a lot of people understand.
DM is not in our case. DM is not drifting. DM is coming back if needed. Colville is moving up.
Another thing.
I'm explaining it. I explained a different thing. You are explaining a different thing.
Yeah.
If Chilwell is here and Colwell is here, somewhere here, let's say, if the opposition has the ball and this guy senses danger, he can drift here to cover the danger if it's coming from the flanks.
But this the same thing is happening, but in a different manner. Colville is moving up and Caicedo is going down.
Okay.
Yeah, two different situations.
Martin, you were saying something.
I was gonna say that when Caicedo came on the last game, Gallagher was moved to the exact position where Sterling was, if you remember. He was moved up before he was substituted. So the idea I had initially is actually being confirmed. I just went to check out the game records and all of that. He was actually moved there and he just went into the Carney role, and it makes sense because this is exactly what we visioned him to be. And we know he can get goals. We know the guy can finish. We know he can, pop up in the box and also contribute to the midfield. So this is an ideal setup. And it also begs the question why we are not going for Kudus, because if we are looking to work on a Gallagher, if we're looking to put in the effort on a Martin, then we don't need a Kudus in that way, because these players are seen as advanced players and they should be good enough to either fill in those positions or not be here. So this is another side to look at.
All right, let me give these guys a microphone. Hello, Coach. I feel we have analyzed this Peter wrongly. Luton are going to sit deep and deny us. We don't have too much to work with. We're just trying to, you can say, to predict what we think the manager would do. I want to see the Gallagher we saw in the Palace versus City game a few seasons ago, where he had Pep's CBs arguing with each other. Yeah, he dealt with them on the day. Put more English players there. Let's say Gallagher isn't that great in holding the ball and fighting passes through the lines. Ian Martin would be a better fit to break down a deep playing team. And do we need a three at the back? I don't know. We're just suspecting that's what the manager is going to do. But we all know he prefers playing predominantly with a back four, but we're not too sure what he's going to do right now. Please tell me how is playing Chilwell so high up ever been beneficial to us rather than have a real winger there. I don't know why. For me, I've argued he's become a liability in the sense if we play a low, you can say a team that defends deep is useless. Coach, have you considered? Sorry,
he scores goals.
Yeah, but not all the time. When you play against teams that defend deep, he's not that effective anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my argument. That's why he falters. But if there's space to exploit, he'd be perfect for you. Coach, have you considered that we will probably have the majority of possession? I need to talk to Einstein to find out. And we'll be up against the low block for 90 minutes. I suspect that. I don't know Luton too well. I didn't even watch their first game. But according to Ty and who again, they're very physical. And you mentioned how tall they all are. What we will do if Chelsea lose against Luton, brace yourselves for the surprise. If pretty easy to defend, okay, it's pretty easy to defend Chelsea. Just needed two guys on Jackson. West Ham did that very well, and a lot of people will see that as a blueprint to beating Chelsea. What's Gallagher going to do up there at Coachila? He lacks a vision and cannot seem, but he can get you goal. Go, Fred. You can manage that if the space finds there. If he finds the space, he will do well there. But it's not up to us. We're just guessing what we think the manager would do. It left for me, I wouldn't start him, in my opinion. Moises Caicedo out of Chelsea will make my day. Okay, wait for it. It will happen in 2 years, right? Let's see if Potts plays formation against Luton. That strike two on him for you. Let's see what we're doing here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We are at 79 likes, 21 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Tonelli isn't a DM. No ball knowledge. Let's see. Sack him. Wow. Okay. Let's see. I have no expectation for this season with Gallagher, Starling, and players like that. Okay, that's you, Gabriel. Hey, we played well in the first half versus West Ham. So how can we let's say the starting lineup was wrong. I didn't argue that. We need Lavia to play. Why spend 60 million on him and not play him? I think he hasn't trained with his teammate yet. This is the first day he appeared at Cobham. Gallagher needs to be benched, so he's not going to be on the bench this game, actually, I think. So, fixture Chelsea versus Luton Town. Yeah, just go away. Tonelli is insane in 4-3-3 formation. Robert says Shiva shouldn't start the game, but Sheila should start with decisive 4-3-3 formation. He's not fully fit, man. Let's see what else we have here. Cannot understand fans calling players and managers bombs and worse. The club doesn't need fans like this. I think I agree with you. Let's see what else we have here. The answer is simply Poch believes more in Chilwell than most of our present wingers. We said that. I think Roger said that 1,000 times when we talked about when we again during you said lineup building exercises on the Graham Potter. The new managers trust most experienced players more. It takes some time to trust the younger players more. Unfortunately, this time age applies. It's something. Let's just use the term experience, but you can use them interchangeably in some cases. So manager trusts those experienced players more than the younger, than less experienced players in the team to help him do well. Then when he starts seeing results, he will start giving the younger players chances more and more. Matson needs to play. That's what you think. But let's see what the manager does. So Martin, you've talked about this. Ty, are you there? Ty is gone. Even Bobby is gone. So Roger, do you agree with it? Okay, Bobby is there. Bobby, do you agree with the 2 8s here? Sterling and Gallagher. It doesn't matter, like Roger explained. It can be on either side. But for me, it makes sense Gallagher to come on this side because of his ability to, you can say, track back and defend. That will help on the right hand side. On the left hand side, you can say we have a defender here, traditionally experienced defender, plus Casado here, a DM that you can say we have good security on this side. The Sassy is a bit more shaky than Colwell for me, so we need that balance if Gallagher stays on the right hand side, in my opinion. But that is if it is the structure, in fact. But Bobby, your thoughts on the 2 8s?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think Gallagher has got to be on that pitch. You know, there's so much blinkered thinking or closed-mindedness about Gallagher that we're failing to see the importance that player is to this team, especially in the process of his evolution with a litany of injuries. We still have 8 injuries out of this team. You know, he has got to be on that pitch. We have no penalty taker, no set piece taker, no corner kick taker. He is capable of at least all those 3. You know, talking about the basics, not to mention his endeavour. The physicality is going to be needed against Luton. He's a goal scorer. Absolutely, he has to be there. If there's any one of the 2 8s to change, it's not Gallagher. It will have to be Sterling, or we courageously convert Gallagher to a sort of 10. At least he's capable of playing that role. It's not like, you know, he completely screw it up. He can do it. You know, he's not as good as Nkunku, but he's something, and he's up to standard for the Premier League. He's got to be on the pitch. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think right now, given what we have, he has to be on the pitch. We don't have too many. You can say, I don't know how else to phrase it. I think, he has to be on the pitch. And I have to say, the poll that asked the question, should Chelsea try and assign Felix? Yes, we should sign him back. 64% think we should. Nope, he's not what we need. I'm not surprised. I said if I put up the poll, a lot of people would want the club to sign him. But the question is it possible? And that's where I made the argument that if we end up signing him this window, I'll do. Was how much did I mention? $200.
200.
Okay.
200. Remember
200. Yeah. Okay. The video is there. A real vice captain would be able to beat a man. Just saying. Wow. Sterling and Gallagher, so much creativity. Around Jackson. I feel bad for the kid if that's how it is. Unfortunately, Matson can make a difference. He's a good creator there. But we're not too sure. There's a chance the manager actually plays Gallagher deep here and plays Enzo as one of the 2 8s. But let's see, just to the solution for lack of creativity, like you mentioned there, but we're not too sure. Right now, we're not too sure what the manager would do. We don't have enough sample size to be able to effectively, or you can say confidently say we can predict this lineup correctly. I don't understand this Gallagher addiction. What did he do against West Ham? That's the question I'm not willing to answer. You figure it out yourself. Is it me or has Jackson lost weight? I don't think so. I think he's fine. He's starving to death and feeding on scraps. Now I get it. I hope he has a big lunch tomorrow. Thanks, Roger Gallagher carries a goal threat, which this team lacks. Yeah, I think we all know that. But let's see what the manager does. It's as simple as that. Anybody else? I'm just gonna go ahead and after some thinking, deliberation, maybe anything else you want to call it. It took me time. I figured out who's going to play the number 9 position there.
Wow.
I don't want to bother you guys because it's that difficult. Yeah, so don't worry too much about that.
Coach, another argument I wanted to ask you and
go ahead, bro.
fellow panelists. Everybody's talking about buying. I think we have a good squad. And if we look at our fixtures, Chukwuemeka will be back in 6 weeks. We play Arsenal, which is a difficult game, on 21st of October.
Yeah.
We play Aston Villa on 23rd of September. Before that, we have only 2 or 3 games. And these boys will be back. Why are we buying all these players again?
No, that's exactly why we are not. And people need to understand.
Are we buying any new players or we're just looking for...
I think it's just speculation, and fans are just itching for someone new, a Cherki or
do you see any rumors that you strongly believe we're going to buy a particular player?
No, I didn't see that, but the fan base is expecting,
But the question mark lies in Maatsen. I think it's Maatsen. If Maatsen comes good, then we don't need anyone.
Yeah.
That and the fact we need to concentrate on, shall we say, moving players out, certain players. This should be our number 1 priority now, period.
Lukaku.
Yeah.
And we have a crazy mad run of games in January and February. And if everybody is fit, we are playing like everybody, like Arsenal, City, United, one after the other. I think it's in January or February or somewhere like that. That is the crunch time when we should have everybody fit. And I think everybody, even Lukaku, will be back at that time.
Yeah, we have a good squad, but sometimes it depends on the length of time the injured player will be out. Sometimes clubs are usually forced to go sign a player.
Yeah.
And it's looking like, but it doesn't look like Chelsea are too moved. We're not making that much move in the market right now. It doesn't look like we're going to sign too many players because we have players injured. I don't think that's going to happen.
See, our run of play games, the tough ones, starts from 21st of October. Okay, Arsenal, but then in November, we have difficult. We play Tottenham, then Manchester City, then Newcastle, then the week after Brighton, then the week after Manchester United, then Everton. So that run of games, but that's in December. November and December, we will have a lot of players back. Most of them back. I think James, I am not sure how long he is going to be out, but Chukwuemeka will be back. And who else crucial player we are missing right now?
I would count Badashile will be back soon.
December records, we tend to still have a lot of players out injured and pick up a lot of injuries. So let's pray that's not going to happen. But there's a reason they gave us tough fixtures in December, because they know we struggle physically with the team in December. Maybe, I pray you're right, that we have these players back. But remember, key players like Nkunku won't be back. It's unlikely we'll see Reece James back. People say yes, but I don't know. I don't know if he will. And those two are, significant enough. What we need to do is, since we are operating with this 22, 23-man squad, I hope we are intelligent enough to have the flexibility within the squad to cope. That's why I'm talking about the basics. players that can take free kicks, players that can take penalties, all these players that can take corners, all these basic things which we seem to either not be aware of yet because we don't know our players, or we're lacking. We've done very well. We've focused a lot on the midfield, but it seems we've forgotten all the other areas on the pitch, which is alarming. And yes, we're not going to suddenly go on a recruitment drive. We've done a lot of our recruitment, but do we need 2 players extra? Well, certainly one. There's nothing wrong with having a right wing, the right wing area we're deficient anyway. We've only got Madueke. So there's nothing wrong with having 2 people capable of playing number 10 in order to cover for each other.
Bobby, but remember also, we will be playing 1 game a week.
Sorry, doesn't matter. Look how deficient we are with the 1 game a week. Doesn't matter. If you lose a big player, you lose a big player.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, I expect this season to be better injury-wise. Okay, the start has been bad, but I think moving forward, I mean, eventually, if this is the problem, then why are we even buying these players if they are not on the pitch but in the hospital all the time?
Well, that's another question. The important thing is that we address the quality of our personnel, then let the manager do his work and let the team integration happen as soon as possible. But if we don't have the personnel in the first place, we've got a problem, and we still are short of 2, maybe 3, if you include the goalkeepers, additions. Okay, we've got one, the American lad, who still, by the way, hasn't had his medical. I think it's tomorrow now, but the goalkeeper. But we do need that 10-stroke winger. We really need that. And once we get those 2 in, then we can see how we can shift people around. But then the question is, what is the quality of the players in hand? Do we have people that can take set pieces? I think Santos may be one. I don't know. We really don't know. And if we've recruited these players without considering this, then that's got to be one of the stupidest things any club has done in living history. You know, West Ham went and purchased Ward-Prowse because of his dead ball capabilities. You know, you do that sometimes. You look for those qualities. I would be surprised if we hadn't considered that.
To be honest, I personally am pretty confident in the quality of our team. They have invested enough money, and they are good players. They need some time to play together, understand each other's moves, runs, and system and all. But I think quality is there.
I hear you. You know, I like what you say. I hope it's true. I really do. You know, I'm one of the most fiercest positivity merchants for Chelsea Football Club you can think of. But you know, I do have concerns. I haven't seen a good free kick taken yet. I've barely seen a good corner. So once I start seeing that, we saw what happened with the penalty kick. Okay, next time we give it to Jackson. Can he take a penalty? That's left to be seen. But these lads have to be capable of those basics before we start talking of anything else. So let's hope so. I mean, I would be surprised if they're not, but the evidence hasn't yet been displayed to us, really.
All right, all these big teams will smoke us without Nkunku. Wow, so Nkunku makes a difference. Good morning to you too, Latif Kadi. Can we sign Kudus? I don't think. I think it's a bit too late, but never say never. After all, we thought at one point Casado was going to Liverpool. How did Lukaku manage to maintain his waistline when he was starting for Chelsea? Was he a star in fat reserves? Just go away. It is Big Valley. Look how Sterling Modric play without a Chilwell compared to when they play with them. Honestly, my argument, I'm just going to keep that to myself right now, but I'm going to start being vocal about how he's become a liability, really, in my opinion. For Mason to come good, he needs a game time, and Poch doesn't seem to rely on bench warmers as a sports fan. Yeah, okay, let's see. Badashile, does seem or doesn't seem? Okay, Badashile will be so important for us. He's a fine player and he's coming back. He'll be ready soon. We have an unbalanced squad. The forward is low grade, midfield and defense is top class. Let's see. Adebayo Markin just says that we should not be lost on how important this game is. If we lose or draw to Luton, it will spell for a gloomy few months. Wow. Even Matson can create a true burst for Jackson. For Jackson runs in 10 positions, just show how important that role is. I cannot believe these coaches don't see that. I think they see that. They've used them there before. I mean, we played it successfully all preseason, and he had 2 assists and got 2 goals too. Monaco are close to signing Balogun. Let them take him, please. I knew all we'll be hearing are all rumors. A tournament in January is the way. Maybe if the club wants to give him a chance, please, Monaco, do us a favor. For Bakayoko, take him. He's gone. Bakayoko is gone. Maybe I don't understand what you whether you've been sarcastic there. 1 game a week doesn't matter. Quality matters. Why do we keep deceiving ourselves? Wow, some argument. The 1 game per week argument is running thin now. Yeah, Chelsea are buying injury-prone players, hospital players. Wow, Matson isn't a top and experienced 10. We need the traditional 10, and I think the club are looking to take care of that. Let's stop being hypothetical here. It's just a small club mentality. That team lacks creativity, and it's so apparent. We do lack creativity quite a lot. Should have definitely given penalty to Jackson. Give a striker a goal for confidence. I think we should have. Enzo hasn't scored his first game from open play, and he come well. I'm not too sure what happened there, but that has happened. Let me come to you, Roger. Anything you want to add to this lineup before we call it a day?
No, pretty much that's it. I mean, there could be a tweak here or there by the coaching staff, but I just want to see a game where, just like the first 2 games, we played well. Forget the results. I'm talking about the application. And that's what I want to see. I want to see a progression, an advancement, and an improvement of how we progress and work as a team. Because we have to advance in this manner, regardless of the players on the pitch.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Martin. Anything else you have to say?
No, I think this is spot on, and we're playing against, a low block tomorrow, so they'll need to know how to, work in tight spaces, create chances, high volume chances, and, keep the pressure on. Tomorrow needs to be convincing. We don't want no 1-0, not even 2-0. We need a convincing win tomorrow. And I think Poch needs to just go back to work in preseason. We played against really good teams, so I don't see the point why we need to change or destroy all that, to start this whole new setup, this battery. So I feel like we just need to, build some consistency now on, because we have really good games until the Arsenal game. So I'm hoping to see really good things tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that. And how about you, Jesse? Anything else? And just quickly, Coach, no tappings today. Are you injured? Maybe I am. Just go away.
Honestly, man.
Don't mind them. Jesse, how about you? Anything else?
Yeah, no, I think this will be our starting lineup, depending also on the personnel available, and also a lot of giveaways by Poch already in the press conference, I understand. So this makes sense. This will be the starting 11, I think. And
All right.
I think it's good these players play together and learn each other more. They need game time. We are
All right.
creating. We are creating. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
We
we're
are
creating
playing well.
quite a lot in the last 2 games. Yeah, I have to be honest. And yeah, no tappings today. Is Lavia available for tomorrow? No, he's just arrived. Again, pictures there. We're seeing pictures of him at Cobham on Twitter. We just need a player in that position at least. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Why does Chelsea play players out of position? Gallagher thrived offensively at Crystal Palace, yet Chelsea envision him as the next Michael Essien. That started from Thomas Tuchel, and I hated that. Let's see. What else we have to do here? Let's go to Bobby. Bobby, your thoughts? Anything else you want to say with regards to this lineup, so we can call it a day? Is Bobby there? It doesn't look like he's
Sorry,
there.
I'm trying to unmute.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow is a key day, as always. Every single game. I like what you said. We go into every game as if we're playing primetime Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Bayern Munich. every game is a top game. We have the luxury to do that. Do we have the personnel? Well, injuries have put paid to that, but we have to take it very seriously. Luton are a efficient side, a physical side, and we must match that and try as much as possible to show our qualities. Trouble is, as a fan, I don't even know what these qualities actually are, because the team to me seems not ready. It seems imbalanced. It seems like we have started embracing a similar problem to last season. Dare I say this? We're deficient, especially in the attacking areas. That gives me a lot of concern. Raheem Sterling, as much as he played well, he's not the answer. We need something better. We need a finisher. He can't finish his dinner. Jackson, well, we need to give him opportunities to finish. You can see the potential to finish is there. Who else? I mean, that's the concern I have. We don't have goals up front. We don't have goals from midfield except for Gallagher. And so you don't win games without scoring. That worries me a lot. If we can manage to either get our personnel scoring by Pochettino actually improving some of the quality of these players in terms of their finishing, fantastic. If we don't, we have a long season ahead of us, because the two guaranteed finishers that we have in the team are out injured. That's my concern. Can we take care of Luton? Well, we should be able to. We should, but the way we capitulated against West Ham, if we repeat that, then I dread to think what will happen tomorrow. Hopefully, we've learned and we play to a potential that they'll reveal to the fans that we shouldn't be worried.
All right, thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that. And playing a through ball isn't the only killer skillet for a 10. Dribbling, create spaces, unpredictability, and a lot. It's a highly specialized and a technical position. I couldn't agree more with that. No, Roger, a good performance doesn't matter. Results matter. Hope we get more goals than injuries tomorrow. Good to see somebody have a go at Roger today, not just me. David Washington has just been announced. A big up to you too, Kishan. I appreciate you joining. I hope your channel is growing. Starling has one good game, 2 in a row, actually, in my opinion, honestly. You guys are just too hard on this player. So Coco is saying they have played just 2 games. Please let them get into a groove. I think they will. I'm not concerned. To me, that was just a bleep. And I've said that 1,000 times. We're not being too hard on Chelsea. We shouldn't lose 10 men. Yeah, there's more to that. No, Bob, you want to say anything else?
Sorry, I just wanted to add. If David Washington is as good as they say he is, then both he and Ugo Chukwu should not be looking at a loan until January, because we certainly need them in the squad.
All right. I think let's see. He may well get a chance tomorrow. The Bluetooth game says, big up, Roger. I hate you so much. I don't want to see you waffle too much on the panel. So no yellow card today for you today. I'm sure Roger is looking at that. He knows I'm remixing the Bluetooth games comment. Much love. Stop the like button. Slap the like button, people. We are just short of 100. Let us achieve that. I don't think that's going to happen today again. Maybe if people watch the game, watch the show more. That does happen every now and then. But with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. I want to say thank you to Jesse. I'm going to add people's credentials to the description section later. I have to run for a reason I don't want to say right now. Roger, thank you so much. Martin, I appreciate you finding the time to join. JC, my bro. Bobby, my bro. All of you. And Maxwell Clips, I appreciate you. JC, the beautiful game. Much love to you. And Radar, and I think that's Panda, changed his name to that. Simeon Okuku, appreciate you. Constantine Dante, Kishan, the New York guy, appreciate you all. And if I miss your name, Adebayo Makunju, much love to you. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time, and bye.
Cheers.